Welcome to Saturday on the Sound on InRavio.com. It's our first show of the new year, 2014.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
So now that you're deaf and are off-key,
As are we.
Yes, welcome to 2014. It's been 1 year since we first started the show.
Yes.
So it's our 1 year anniversary show. Welcome, everybody.
Happy anniversary.
We're
to
very
us.
excited that you are
we
here
are.
tonight with us on this cold and snowy kind of night. Well, it's not snowing now, but it was.
But you know what? The
Icy?
past,
Yeah,
the
icy,
past
very
24
icy,
hours,
yeah.
forget it, have been crazy with all the snow we
Yes.
got and the roads,
Yeah,
and
they
even
have.
driving out here tonight.
Yeah.
We were kind of like, they plowed the roads, which are in pretty decent shape, but the
Yeah.
snow is still all around us, which
Oh,
is like,
mountains of snow.
Lots
It's
of snow.
amazing.
Yep.
And it's like, 20 degrees out right now? Wind chilled of
It
like in
hit
the
zero
teens.
last night. I
It
was like,
did.
woo! Party when you're frozen and can't move.
We haven't had cold weather like that in years.
No.
My goodness.
but it
Cold
is
as in 5
January,
years. That's true.
so it's supposed to be cold now.
Yes,
right?
Yeah,
So-
that is true. But we've been lucky the last couple of years, and we haven't had cold weather just like this.
No,
really
last
have.
last year we had the really bad snowstorm, but it wasn't
Yeah, it was like
cold. Like even
February or
outside
something like that?
shoveling
Right.
yesterday, it was cold.
Freezing.
I mean, it was
It
like you
was.
could feel it in your
Absolutely freezing.
bones.
I couldn't feel my hands, and I only knew they were still there because I looked and I saw my nails.
Had to keep coming in for a
So-
couple of cocktails to warm up and
There
then
you
back
go.
out.
A little brandy, warm the body up.
Hey, let me tell you, last night for dinner, I
Yes.
decided I was having pasta and wine because it would keep me warm.
There you go.
And then I started singing Delilah by Tom Jones because I was really drunk by the end of it. And it was
You
great.
must have been if you were
Oh
singing
my
that.
gosh, because I just felt like it felt very Italian, and I just saw American Hustle, and it was in that.
American
so,
Hustle, very good movie. I actually just saw
so
that the
good,
other day.
so
Excellent
good.
movie.
So then I went up singing that the entire night, but I stayed warm.
Nice.
So
All
it
right.
worked.
That's,
The wine
you know,
worked.
matters.
That's the key. You know, you do what you got to do to
Yeah,
stay
you
warm
do.
because
That's
it's just
right.
it's cool.
So we have a warm and fuzzy show for you tonight.
That's
As always, we do our countdown at the end of any significant amount of time.
Yes.
Top 13 of 2013 will be coming your way, and it's going to be especially awesome because we'll have the videos behind us as we play the songs and discuss
Something
them.
new for tonight.
As you
That's
notice,
right.
fancy.
we have new digs.
Yes,
This
a
is our
whole new set.
studio
Look at
here.
this.
So
Yeah,
the
so
video
right
screen
behind us on the screen.
I look like
yes.
I'm wearing a dunce cap, which is kind of awesome.
Go sit in the corner. You've been
Except
bad.
my attire's not very 1800s, but the rest of me is.
Ah,
so.
We
That's
can't
all
have
right.
anybody sitting in the corner tonight because there's only 3 of us.
That's
So
right.
We need
Everybody on
all
deck.
hands
we
on
have
deck tonight.
Some of our comrades are not able to make it
Yes.
tonight, but don't worry, they'll be here next time.
They'll be
Yes.
back.
Charles, we hope you're staying nice and warm in Jersey tonight.
Yes, we miss you.
Yes, he couldn't
And
make it because of
Courtney.
the funeral. Courtney could not make it out tonight either. And Dan's been missing since the first show, so nothing new there.
But Dan did show up at our show
Our
we do in
stage.
Queens
we
last
talked
time.
about that the other day, yeah,
He
in
told
our
me-
December
St.
show.
John's.
He
Yep.
thinks he might make the next Radio show, so big deal.
Oh,
Dan is
I
like
doubt
the
it.
guy.
Don't
who's
hold your breath,
exclusive.
audience.
Yeah.
I think we
So-
should take him off the webpage. That's it. He's done.
He's excommunicated him. So that's Dan.
It is
you know.
Dan. But we started with 6 and now we're 3. So
That's it.
But that's just
nice
for
and
tonight.
pleasant.
Yes.
Just for tonight. So
But-
we'll see what the next show
And our
brings.
special guests tonight, Mike and Dan, whose new name is Tailor Made. I love this thing. It's like a baton. They aren't able
waving
to make
around.
it this evening, but they will be now here in April. We have musical guests scheduled February, March, and April. So live music, local music will be coming back as usual. A little
Yes.
different this show.
Yes, we'll have videos for the show. It's
Yep.
Yes.
almost like being an MTV VJ.
Yeah, I
kinda
feel like
exciting.
It's like going
it's
back to the
2014, but we're partying like it's 1985.
Yes.
The 3 of us.
There you go.
And as always, if you have any comments, I see the chat room is buzzing, which is very exciting.
Excellent,
Anything
yeah.
you want to ask us, say, comments, let us know.
Oh,
in the chat
Charlie
room.
just wrote
Hey,
in.
Charlie. Happy New Year,
to you
Charlie.
too,
Charlie, we miss you. Oh, Marissa, you look awesome. Love you. I love you too. Is Davey Cakes? Is that my friend Dave? Oh my gosh,
Oh,
I'm very
wow.
excited right now.
Yeah.
People are
Woo!
tuning in tonight.
Well,
Hey,
thanks
look
for
at that
tuning
chat
in,
room.
guys.
It's cold outside, so stay nice and warm inside and watch Saturday on the Sound.
That's what's exciting.
Yes, and it's going to be very exciting. We'll be talking about the year 2013 tonight. We'll be reviewing the top 13 hits of 2013 and discussing them. And also, we're going to be talking about some movies and some happenings
Some good
during the
movies lately.
2013. So there's a lot to talk about tonight.
Also,
Yes,
we'll be
there is.
flashing back to the 1 year of shows that we've done.
That's right.
And
Ta-da!
highlighting some of our highs and
No lows.
There was no
There have been
lows.
no lows. Everything
you know,
is
everything's been on a
with
high
us
note.
around, darling.
it's funny because Matt and I went to dinner before we came here. We were
Yes.
just trying to get together for Christmas and everything gets busy and whatnot. So we finally got together. We went to the Applebee's over here and it was a
Applebee's.
55-minute wait. I said I could be done eating in 55 minutes.
Yeah.
So
On a snow, I know it's Saturday, but it's a snowy Saturday, which makes me question
You know
why.
what it is? Cabin fever. That's what it is.
Yep.
If people
I
got
have
trapped
to
in
brave
for 2
the
days,
weather and leave my
Yep.
house.
and everybody
Yeah.
needed to get out. That was
And
it.
had to go to that Applebee's 5 minutes before we got there. So we ended up at the Friendlies, which was pretty empty. And
Friendlies is underrated. Let me tell you
Friendly's was
something.
good.
I
It
enjoy
was-
me a good Friendlies.
It was so funny though. I mean, people thought this was like the ending of the world with this snowstorm. It was
Yep.
absolutely
I
crazy.
know. Yes. Milk. Did you see the thing on that YouTube? Milk and bread.
Oh yeah,
Milk and bread.
there was some places in the city
Right.
that people were putting up on Instagram, and they were showing food stores in the city.
Empty shelves.
Absolutely empty
It's like
shelves.
Hurricane Sandy.
But you know what?
I don't
It's just a
understand.
one-day snowstorm. You can get out by today.
everybody
Oh,
flips
someone
out,
likes
though.
our hats. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
It
That's Charlie.
accentuates my cone
That's
head.
Charlie.
Charlie likes our hat.
Charlie, we love you. And my friend
that is
Dave
your
is
friend,
listening.
Dave.
We love you. I'm so excited you tuned in. Yeah, see, here's why I decided to shave my head, because I knew
Yes.
on the first show of 2014 we would be wearing these hats, and it fits so lovely on my cone head. So without my cue ball, it wouldn't work.
See, there you go. See, it fits even better.
Exactly. So things happen.
Are you
for a
glad I
reason.
brought the hats tonight?
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Well, I think we had the turkey props for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
I saw last time you had your Santa
I
hat.
had a Santa hat on last
did?
and now
time.
we have our New Year's hats.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's going to be like the new thing now. We just wear hats every time. What crazy hat? I guess a Valentine's Day hat next time?
Oh, you better. We have to have like chocolate for all.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful you
You know
didn't
what?
come.
We'll have Charlie dress up like Cupid next time. Charlie, get your diaper.
Charlie, get ready. You have a month to play.
I was just going to say, I'm thankful you didn't come dressed as Baby New Year tonight.
Yeah, me too. Trust me, I think the audience is happy too.
we love
bold
we
for
love
that.
your costumes.
Thanks.
Well, with that, did you want to start kicking off our top songs with the videos? Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Sure.
We're going to intersperse because there's so much awesome information to recap. Oh, look at that Miley face.
Oh, look at that.
She just wanted to say something.
And that's right, she would be our number 13 person. So coming in at number 13 for your 2013 top hits is Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. That's right. And there she is twerking and tongue out and everything. And that's Party in the USA, which was a couple of years ago.
Come on, Wrecking
That's
Ball.
old.
There we
We're
go.
waiting for it. This is the transformation of Miley.
Yes, this is Miley
She's
going
working her
from
way up.
Hannah
Now she's
Montana.
twerking her way with teddy bears and such. There's tongue things happening.
It's so
So-
funny when you look at some of the stars like this, like that Party in the USA, and like the Hannah Montana. And I was just saying to my daughter, who's almost 11,
Right.
I said I liked High School Musical Zac Efron. I liked these other people that were back then, Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus.
Right.
Now you kind of look at them now, and she was on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin'
Yes,
Eve
she
with
was.
Ryan Seacrest.
She didn't do much though. They
She
made
didn't do
such a
much.
big deal about
They-
it.
they
She
saying
had
that
her
she
lived
didn't do
her
giant
stuff.
70s pimp coat.
Yes.
Yes, with,
Well, it was
with a
cold.
little
She didn't have
person
much
carrying
underneath it,
the
so-
back of it for her, which
Right,
was a little odd.
I know.
Yep.
Here we go. Here's some Wrecking Ball.
There we go. So let's talk about this song. So Wrecking Ball is our number 13 coming in. And in the top 40 hits, it was a number one for 3 weeks. It was 7 weeks in the top 5 and still in there because she ended the year. For Billboard, she was number one for 3 weeks and in the top 5 for 13 weeks. So not too bad for Miley. This was kind of her retransformation, her big hit. Her becoming the new superstar that she is today.
Let me tell you. Now, here are my thoughts on Miley, if anybody really cares to know. Everyone's all up in arms. Oh, first of all, the girl's worth $100 million. So whatever
Yeah.
you're doing,
She's
Sister
doing it
Sledge,
right.
She's
it's
doing it
working.
right.
Don't stop. Do not stop. Second of all, I mean, she was, think about it, when you were a kid and then when you were 21,
Right.
what did you do? You were a little bit zany and crazy and
Yep.
everything else. So I get it.
She's trying to reinvent herself, trying to get away from the whole Disney.
There we go. My friend Dave said Wrecking Ball is a guilty pleasure song of 2013.
There you
It
go,
definitely
Dave.
is. Because,
right.
don't lie, you sang along in your car when you got to a red light. You're like, woo!
You pictured yourself swinging on that wrecking ball just like Molly was.
And I loved how like there were guys, drunk guys at local colleges who were
Singing.
like had the mascot that was like
No,
the
the
wrecking
top of the
ball.
lungs.
Well, one school had a wrecking ball as part of their mascot.
Did
The
they?
kids were drunk and they were like swinging on it, singing Miley songs. You know what?
She has revamped herself and had a top hit with it.
And she kind of stole my haircut. So if anything,
She stole
I don't think she's so scandalous. I
It
mean,
looks better on you, though.
Yes.
I don't wear teddy bears and things. Not my
No teddy bear, no
Nah,
tongue
yeah.
sticking out, no twerking for you?
No, I don't twerk in Robin Thicke.
Are you sure?
Maybe I will. It's a new year.
All right, it's a new
There's
year.
time.
We're not going to stop.
You want to get up and twerk a little bit for us tonight?
Don't push your luck. If you want to be able to see by the end of the show, you don't want me
Yeah.
twerking.
You know what?
All kinds of jiggling things and jewelry. It gets a little scary.
You'll be jingling with all the things on your nails.
Oh, here we go. They want to know, does your daughter like Hannah Montana Miley or Miley now?
My daughter likes Hannah Montana Miley. Better.
So like hoedown, throwdown?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Much better. Party in the USA Miley. That's
Yeah.
hers.
Now-
Not as crazy about this new Miley.
I like this music a lot better. I
Oh,
did
do
not
you?
like that music. Wasn't a fan.
My daughter likes the new Miley now.
Oh, no, she-
And any song that I sing
Right.
is then not cool.
Not
so
cool.
if I'm singing Wrecking Ball, they're like, Dad,
That's
now
it. You
that's
ruined
not
it.
cool now.
You've ruined the song.
Now
There's actually a
it's
new
off
song
my
that she has
iPod.
that just came out.
Adore.
Adore, yes.
Which we
Or
were
something.
listening in the
Adore
car
You,
in the
maybe?
car before it was on.
Did you ruin that one too?
So what's that?
Did you ruin that one
He
too?
doesn't know the words
No,
yet.
I don't know
Oh, you
the
know the
words
words
yet.
yet?
I haven't had the opportunity to ruin it yet.
So it's still cool then. Okay.
So that one's still cool.
Very cool.
But like she can really sing. If you listen for a sec, like
I'm not big into her live stuff. I didn't think she was that great on New Year's Rockin' Eve. I don't think she
well,
sings
she
that
did have
great
a
live.
cold then.
Oh, excuses.
In her
excuses.
defense, she said she had bronchitis and a cold. She was tweeting about it beforehand.
No. Excuses.
I mean, she's not, she's not like Aretha Franklin over here, but she can sing. She's
Yeah,
not
she
the
has a
best
good
singer on the
voice.
block, but she's not bad.
She's okay.
See, Charlie said that Anastasia loves the new Miley. There
Oh,
we go.
okay. New Miley it is.
You know, I like her because I don't get the impression she's doing it because her PR team told her to. I think that
Right.
she really was like, hey, this is who I am.
I
I'm
think
going to
it's
rock
PR.
it. I'm 21
Yeah.
and I'm a multi-trillionaire.
I think it's all PR.
So we're going to then jump to our
Let's go
number
to number 12. And this song coming up at number 12 was many consider the anthem of the summer. That's right, you're hearing it coming up live
there it
right
is.
now. It was Daft Punk with Get Lucky. So this song
Nice
was
Roxbury.
never hit number 1 because there was a song in the way, which we'll talk about later
Oh,
on.
we
Let's
know
not
which one
spoil
this
that
is.
one. But that was in the way for most of the summer. To me, that song was the song of the summer.
Yes.
This one was a good song. People are still singing it to this day. So this was number 2 for the top 40 hits. It was number 2 for 3 weeks, 7 weeks in the top 5. In Billboard, it was number 2 for 5 weeks and 12 weeks in the top 5. So not too bad for them.
And you
So,
know, it was just nice
top-
nice to see Nile Rodgers come back.
Yes.
After so long. I mean, it's been quite a while. You know, he's been behind the scenes on a lot of things. A lot of Madonna things he was responsible for. He was
Right.
the original producer. But it's nice to see him making a comeback after so long after being in the spotlight.
And it's got a nice beat to it. It's
It
kind of like
does.
you
Yeah,
can,
Right,
you
it's
can
a
dance
little
to a
throwback.
little 70s
You can
funk.
I
and
feel like I
stuff
should be
like
wearing
that.
my bell bottoms. I already have my platforms.
Yeah, a little bit of
You know?
70s funk still going on with
Yeah.
it, you know. So I mean,
I like
it's,
it.
it's definitely a cool song, and
Everything
and
comes
it
back
made the
around.
summer very special.
And you have Pharrell, who is
And
fantastic.
yes, and he was all over the place.
He's
this
in
year.
like every hit song this year.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing how many songs.
Now,
there's.
Daft Punk. Anybody ever seen their faces?
I don't think so.
No, right?
No,
Are they
I
really
think they've
ugly, or
always
is it
wore
just
those
like-
masks. They could be.
So I
They
want
could
to know,
be
are they
absolutely
hideous and
horrendous.
that's why that happened?
Well, they're from what? France or something like that, right?
Right. So I don't know. It could go either way.
It's supposed to be like superhero spacemen or something.
But look at how pretty awesome. He's playing the guitar with metal fingers.
Yes, he is.
That's pretty bad.
They've even made action figures with them. I saw them at Comic-Con.
Did they
this year.
really?
Yes, they
Outta
made Daft Punk.
Did you buy any?
No, I did not buy any. I did see them, but I did not buy any. Yes, I saw some Daft Punk action figures in there in space uniforms.
Well, that's how you know you're a rock star. You don't have to even show your face, and you're like done selling millions of records.
That's it.
And Pharrell. Just
So
throw him in
let's see if
anything.
they have any more hits. So far, they haven't had any more hits, but
Well, they had One More Time was their big one a few years ago, 2000.
yeah, but never really got as popular as this. This was kind of their big
True.
breakout hit this year.
Although now they're playing One More Time again. Now they're bringing it back
They're trying to
after
bring it
like
back.
13 years because they hadn't hit this year.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't heard. I mean, I love Daft Punk, but I hadn't heard from them on the mainstream really in
Right.
many years after
Yeah.
that one came out. One More Time, like the big thing back in the day. I remember everyone's like Night of the Roxbury heading it, which I do to this song too. But then there was just nothing for a long time, and they came back with this.
Yeah, it was funny. I played this at our St. John's show before we took our summer break, and I remember Courtney had not heard it. It was the first time.
That's
hearing
right.
it, and
We're
Courtney
breaking new
was
ground,
talking
folks.
about it. Yes, and Courtney, when we got back in October, was like, "Oh my God, that song was everywhere this summer." I'm
yeah?
like, "Yep." I
We
said,
knew.
It was the big song.
Matt knew.
I knew it ahead of time.
Predicted that. I feel like I'm in the movie theater. I'm like, wow, watching the video.
You can't help but look up.
Welcome
it's-
to 1985.
That's right. And I like the video too because it's pretty simple.
is.
When you
It's
see a
very
lot of
simple.
videos nowadays, there are so many things that are, I mean, overproduced and everything else, and it's
Yeah.
always like a summer mini movies, which in some cases it's good, some not really.
You know
This
what,
is
though?
about the music.
Yeah, and it is about the music, and it's about the band, and they're performing, and that's, some
Right.
people are singers and performers as well, and that's why I don't need to see
Dance.
these guys in a movie. I need to hear them sing.
Right, exactly.
Very cool.
I want to rent Pharrell. Like rent him for an event or something.
Well, if you have a song, I'm sure he'll go
Because
on. and he's on
everything he
everything.
touches turns to gold. I mean,
It's
everything.
amazing.
He's got the new song now, "Happy," which was in Despicable Me 2, which is all over the place now. And he's got celebrity cameos. The whole video, he's got like Jimmy Kimmel, and he's got Kelly Osbourne, and a whole bunch. This thing is like, I feel like I'm like a wizard with a hat and the wand.
And the wand, wave
Maybe
wand.
I am my true calling. I'm a
Well, it's
wizard.
funny. The top part of it's green, so it's not showing up on it.
No.
I know.
You're getting some background. It's kind of funny.
Pay
Keeps
no
you
attention to
wondering.
the woman behind the.
Behind the stick.
You know.
So going in and coming in at number 11
Drum roll, please.
would be Rihanna.
Who's been all over the place for many years.
That's right. And this one would be Stay. So Stay was number 1 for 3 weeks, according to the top 40, 8 weeks in the top 5. Billboard, unfortunately, she never hit anything past number 3.
I'm surprised.
But, yeah, it was very surprised on that one. But she was 13 weeks in the top 5 for Billboard.
There you go.
So not too bad for Rihanna.
And I mean, it's interesting to see her doing a ballad. When I first
a
heard
little
the
slow,
song,
yeah.
she performed it on Name Your Fill in the Blank award ceremony. I forgot which one. I'm
Right.
terrible. And when she came out, and I have to say, some people criticize, her voice. It's different.
Right.
It's deeper. She's got the island vibe going on. But you know what? She belted this one.
She did.
She can sing.
She absolutely did.
People are so quick to criticize in this culture, whether it's music, how somebody runs an organization. I feel like we live in a world of I can do it better, even though they really couldn't, but they think they can because they project.
Yes.
And I have to say, well, she's laughing all the way to the bank, just like Miley Cyrus.
She
so,
is.
Yeah, let 'em
You
laugh.
know what?
But she had so many hits in 2012, and this year, having this hit, she even had Diamonds and a couple other
That's
songs
right.
out this
Yeah.
year. So
And-
another big year for her.
Yeah, and her compilation Monster,
Yes.
the kid who wrote the
With
hook in
Eminem,
that
which is
song.
currently the number 1 song.
Yes, and the kid who wrote the hook in that song graduated from my high school.
That's right. You were talking
He
about
went to
that back in
Sachem.
November. Yeah.
It's funny. We
What
were
am I
talking
doing
And now it's the
wrong?
number 1 song.
Right, the kid's 22 years old and went to Sachem and sold his right to the song to Eminem. And what am I doing wrong? Really? I went to the same school. Clearly, I didn't get the same education.
Right.
We were talking on the way over here. When you look back at the past year, everything does kind of blur together. You don't
Oh,
know,
yeah,
wow,
it
this
does.
song was from this, or if this
Yeah.
was earlier in the year, you don't remember. You think, wow,
forget.
wait a minute, that was 2013
Yeah,
too.
when I was doing the, some of the back work on this last night, I was looking at some of the stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that did come out this year.
And when you hear the song, though, you can always place like where you were when you heard it, and you're not going to find any of these songs of people saying, "Oh, I didn't hear that this year."
Right.
No, you did.
Yeah, no, this was a big hit for the spring. This was definitely more springtime, where Daft Punk was
was.
more in the summer. This was a little before Daft Punk, when the springtime.
Exactly.
Yeah, so another big hit.
That's
for
right.
Rihanna.
She also stole my haircut.
And she's still here. God,
That's
That's
Somewhat.
2 people on this
Oh,
countdown.
unbelievable.
Only half of her head, though. She only stole half your hair.
It's a new year. She's gonna do the rest this year. You watch.
Next year she'll have
You watch.
the total Marissa
This year
haircut.
she's gonna have no hair.
There you
'Cause that's
go.
how it starts, Rihanna. You start that way, then by the end of the year, it's all gone.
It's all
She'll
good.
never have the nails.
Well, hers are. I mean, not.
No,
But-
like yours. I mean, come
But
on.
she's got nails. Sister has nails.
Yeah,
not
but
as,
not,
Yeah,
not
some.
like yours.
not as.
Yeah,
There's
you gotta
somebody
send
the
us
other
some
day.
keychains and stuff to put on them.
No, and I'll send her things.
There you
The other
go.
day, I forgot where it was at a restaurant, I think, and the waitress was like, "What's on your hand?" I'm like, "My nails," and she's like, I thought she was going to throw up and run away. She was horrified.
Oh my God!
Scared her, huh?
Sorry.
Somebody else will be serving you today.
That's happened a few times, but you know what?
Their loss, right?
Yeah, right. Little do they know how many amazing things these things can do. I could type, I could text,
Right.
we
But,
function.
when I called you before to ask if you wanted coffee, I didn't know if you could text while you were driving. That's why we called you. We said,
See?
you know what, probably can't, so
well,
we should call her.
you're not supposed to text while you're
Well, no,
driving,
that is
so I'm
true.
trying to be a
Whether
good,
you can or
upstanding
not.
A good
citizen.
citizen. But I'm sure it'd be even harder for you with the
Yes.
nails.
Oh, you don't even know. You know what? One thing I was
You
thinking.
know what you should do? Show us how to you text.
Oh, I should. Well, we have no service in the studio here, but I can give you a quick. Sorry,
This would
Anna.
be interesting.
I think I use the side of my finger. If you could see, I have
you have a flip phone still?
Oh yeah.
What year is this?
No, nothing changing.
It's
You cannot
1985.
see it. But the screen is me and Brett Michaels, my husband. I don't believe in marriage, but for him I do. And I text with the side of my finger. Like if I were to text, I'm going to do a mock
okay.
text that won't go through.
You can really use an iPhone.
Like this is how I can use an iPhone. See, that's how I text. I can use an iPhone very slowly. I have to make sure that I hit it with my fingertip and not my nail. So I'm like, ugh. Or a stylus. Styluses are fine.
Right.
I can definitely do that.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad we found out you have a flip phone.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't want people to be stalking me all day long. I like the old school. Someone's got to bring it back.
All right, so we're going on to our next hit, and we're in the top 10 right now. And coming in at number 10 is Justin Timberlake with Mirrors.
I love this song. I know the
great
radio
song.
played it constantly.
It was on everywhere. And now this was his follow-up hit for our first half of the year. We had Suit and Tie on with
That's
him
right.
and Jay-Z. But this one became an even bigger hit for him than Suit and Tie. So this song was 2 weeks as number 1, 4 weeks at number 2 during the spring-summertime period, 5 weeks in the top 5. That's in top 40. For Billboard, it was number 2 and for a couple weeks, and it was 8 weeks in the top 5. It's also the number 8 most streamed and downloaded song for 2013.
JT, man.
Yeah, no, he did great.
He's a machine.
He just keeps
disappears
cranking
for
out
years,
hits.
gets married, does some acting,
Yeah.
comes back, and he blows the scene out of the water. I mean,
I actually got to see him and
Phenomenal.
Jay-Z in concert this year, and it was an absolute amazing concert over Yankee Stadium. It was the hottest day of the year.
I would have loved
And
to see that.
they put on some show. Both of them would take turns singing songs, come out, do songs together. It was absolutely incredible. They did all their hits and
Yeah, I
more.
would have loved that.
Yeah.
He even had, because he had a follow-up to this album.
That's right.
And his follow-up
second
album,
half.
the second half.
2020 Experience, the second part.
That's right, and he actually
it's
did
called.
one of the new songs that didn't even hit the air yet at that concert, and then became not as big as his as this. This was his number 1 hit of the year.
This
but-
is just like a happy, you hear the song, I remember when it first came out, there was like a Target commercial,
Right.
and they had a lot of fans singing this before it was really known, and they didn't know he was going to show up behind them and surprise them, so they're just like singing it like they're singing in the mirror, and then he shows up and sings with them.
Right.
And just like a happy, upbeat song. It's like, yes,
And
that's right.
unlike Rihanna, he didn't steal any of your hair.
No, Justin
'Cause he
Timberlake
has a
has
full head
more
of
hair than I will ever
like,
have.
Totally.
Is that weird? It's probably weird. I love
And
that
he uses
man.
quite a lot of
I'm
styling,
dropping
Joe.
things.
Uh-oh.
He's also really great on Saturday Night Live.
He is, and he was just on recently.
him
yeah.
and Jimmy Fallon.
And Jimmy Fallon,
Dream
he was the
Team.
musical guest, yes.
And he was one of the few, I think, that had hosted multiple times. That he
Over
was,
5 times.
The Five-Time
John Goodman,
Club.
Steve
Yep.
Martin, there were a couple
Yeah.
of others that all came back
Yeah,
when he had
Al
hosted.
Pacino.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
done it over 5 times. It's
He's
amazing.
just such a funny. He's so talented. I mean, he can act. He could sing. He's funny.
Saturday Night Live, I remember going with
were
Mike
good.
Tampone to go see it live.
That's right.
And it was
Jealous.
years ago. His uncle used to be one of the writers
Right.
or on the show, and he got us to sit on those 10 seats that were like, right by the stage. And it was the Christmas show with Glenn Close and the Black Crows, which was awesome.
My face would have
It
melted
was
all
great.
over.
I remember
the
you
place.
went that, yeah.
So we got to sit down and, we met Chris Farley and Spade, and it was right when
Really?
Fox just picked up the NFL. So
Right.
Terry Bradshaw, and Gumbel were sitting at the row behind us.
Right.
So all
Gumbel.
the actors were coming over to see them,
Right.
but we were right there, so we kind of reaped the rewards of.
You should be like, oh, hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm
they were like,
Brian
yeah,
Gumbel,
yeah,
stand
okay,
in."
Yeah, sit down.
You're not Terry Bradshaw, so get out of the way.
Don't sit there, kid.
That's
Move
amazing.
out of the way.
But that was pretty cool.
But every time he hosts, I mean, he hosted last time and was a musical guest.
Yeah.
And it was just so, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
well,
a
with Jimmy
Christmas
Fallon,
show.
he was just the musical guest, but he
that's right.
still
I
did a bunch
forgot.
of skits with him. They did the Barry Gibbs, and Barry Gibbs
Barry
actually
Gibbs came out. And then they did the whole one in the beginning about when they were, when they
Oh,
did the,
Rapping Town.
oh my
Come on
gosh.
down to Rapping Town.
They're just very funny together.
They are very funny.
And I
They
mean,
did a
Jimmy
good
Fallon,
job.
that's what he does, but
Yes.
Justin Timberlake, he's very multi-talented, I will
Yes.
say. It's entertaining. So after this one ends, you guys want to take a quick break and then
Sure.
come on back?
You want to do one more or take a break?
We can do one more.
Do
Folks
one
are
more.
chatting.
Then we'll do the top 8 after that.
Oh, I like
We'll talk a little movies, and then we'll do the top 8.
Yeah.
So coming in at number 9. All right, that's
Dun,
right.
dun, dun.
Number 9 was Imagine Dragons with their hit Radioactive.
They came out of nowhere.
They did, and they had quite a few hits this year. This one was 3 weeks at number 2, and then 3 weeks at number 3. It was it was 9 weeks in the top 5, in the top 40. In Billboard, it never passed number 3, but it was 12 weeks in the top 5. It was also the number 1 in America, the number 1 most streamed and downloaded songs according to Spotify.
Really?
That's why it made, yes. Even though it wasn't that big of a hit and wasn't really number 1, because it was the number 1 most streamed and
Hey, it
downloaded
worked.
songs according to Spotify.
They made our list.
It made our list, that's right. But it's still a great
This
song.
is a chick singing it. How about that?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know
but-
who she is, but she's fabulous.
Yeah, this is a great song, though, I gotta say. This
Hey,
is a
whoever's
really good
singing
song.
it, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
They performed, what was this, what did they just have on award show-wise? I don't know, there's too many of them. Something very recently they just performed on, and they had
Yeah.
so much energy, they were great. And they were saying that last year they were playing small clubs, 20 people.
Yeah. And
They're
now
like, we
look at
can't
that.
believe a year
Yeah.
later that we were playing
Besides
Build
having
Like
this
award
top
show.
hit, they've had, what was it, Toxic, right? I think it was the other one.
Oh, before Radioactive, that's right. What was the other one?
Oh, they've had it. They
I
had
don't know.
Radioactive and
release.
toxic go together, don't they?
It's Toxic and Radioactive at the same
both.
time. Interchangeable
Yeah,
names.
they even have a hit out right now. It's absolutely amazing what they've done so far.
Yeah.
Plutonium will be their next song. Let's just keep going.
Right, exactly. So you're, oh, here we go. Pentatonics. Maybe that's who this
Version
is.
of this.
They did a great version of the song. Cool.
Maybe this is. Dave, you just predicted the future, I think. Whoever this is, they're really good. I haven't seen them.
Somebody wrote, can you text or some version of a 1980s phone?
Listen, my Zach Morris
1990s
phone.
text, sorry.
My Zach
Text someone.
Morris phone does me well, all right? I get done when I need to get done.
Hey, that-
I get
Last
my
time I
messages
saw
to
a flip
people.
phone was my dad.
Featuring the Macy Kate Band and Kurt Snyder.
Oh,
So
right.
very cool. That's what you're watching right now.
this is actually really good.
Yeah, no, this is the first
Oh,
time I've heard
Dave said this
version.
is not this one. Okay, yeah, Dave, this is somebody else. But we'll check out the Pentatonics. I can't read. I'm like in third grade. I'm like, pentatonics.
The light's so bright over here.
Light
No,
is
it's
very
just
bright.
me. Don't blame the lights. It's just,
It's just
me.
you.
I need to
I was
check that
trying to give you
version
an
out.
excuse.
You're so bright.
I thought that was them because I see the guy in the background drumming, and that looks like the Imagine Dragons guy. But I was just like,
No, look, now they're making the screen bigger so you
there we
can
go.
read it.
Because
There you
they're
go.
like, Marissa's ridiculous and can't read. Sorry.
That's all right.
We go to 150%.
I want to do this. Why can't I be like, hey, I'm a chick. I will sing in the front of your song.
There you
I guess
go.
you probably need to know somebody, huh?
So not too bad.
Good.
So 5 down and 8 more to go in the
Right.
top
Yes.
2013
And if
songs.
you want to predict what some of the other ones are, you'll get a shout out
post
your name
up,
on the air.
Let us know.
Woo!
Post them up and see if you can guess what the number 1 hit's going to be of this year.
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick little break, come back in just a bit. Stick around. We'll be back with more hits on Saturday on the Sound on inrevio.com.
Be back.
Stop putting it off and start painting it up today at Ben's Paint Station, featuring Benjamin Moore Paints, Sickens, wood finishes, paints, and professional paint supplies, ideal for contractors and homeowners, stain paints and epoxies, family owned and operating, in business for over 55 years, professional and experienced help, located at 2 locations, 55B Route 25, Coram, Long Island, New York, and 1495 Plaza Montauk Highway, Mastic, New York. Call them at 775-7435 and 775-8135. Ben's Paint Station, featuring Benjamin Moore Paints. Log on to the Radio Advertisers page today.
InRevio.com.
East End Screen Printing and Embroidery. Shirts for as low as $3 with print. 631-281-TEES. That's 631-281-TEES. 1355F Montauk Highway, Mastic, Long Island, New York. Go to eastendsilkscreenprinting.com for more info.
Hanging with the cool kids at InRevio.com.
Hey guys, it's Christine from Backwater. Tune in every Saturday night from 7 to 9 for music history, musicians' birthday blocks, trivia time, and the best alternative music around. Saturdays at 7, only on InRevio.com, broadcasting to the world.
Sud City Car Wash, Montauk Highway in Mastic, Long Island, New York. $9.99 early bird special Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Phone 395-6114. Sud City Car Wash. Hand washes, hand waxes, and detailing. Interior cleaning, brushless. Car Wash Club. Simonized Products. Sud City Car Wash. Montauk Highway in Mastic, Long Island, New York.
Welcome back to Saturday on the Sound on InRavio.com.
That's right, everybody, and we are reviewing the year 2013 right now. We just started to do the top 13 hits of 2013. We're 5 songs in, and we got 8 more coming for you. But right now, we're going to turn it over to Mike Lally to talk about the top 2013 movies.
That's right.
That's right.
Because we deliver all types of entertainment
That's
news
right.
on this show.
We're your
Not just
entertainment
music.
source. You come here for everything.
That's
for
right.
everything.
So yeah, the music that we have, and obviously movies are part of the entertainment world as well. And people saw lots of movies according to this.
Oh, yeah. A lot of money spent
information
on
that we
movies.
printed
Oh,
up.
yeah.
So we have the top. You want to do the top 13 again?
Yeah.
since we did
Let's
that?
do it.
'Cause,
Let's keep
you know,
the theme of 13.
This goes to a top 100, but I don't think.
I don't think we need that.
You'll be here till next week with us.
Now,
You'll
some of
be
these,
getting Ernest Goes to Camp on that list.
Ernest goes to camp. I don't even
No,
think
that's not
that
on
I
there.
didn't see. That's not on here. So, anyway, coming in at number 13. Now, some of these I've seen, some of them I have not. Some of them are still out now. Some of them are not. But some of them you may have seen. World War Z, which
Brad
came in at
Pitt.
number 13.
Yes. Did not see that one.
I didn't
actually.
either.
I didn't see it. I heard mixed reviews. Some people said they liked it. Some people said they weren't crazy about
That's
it.
what I heard. So I was like,
Supposedly they're going to
skip
make
it.
a sequel to it, though.
Okay.
They made enough money.
That's right, I
Well,
heard.
And
they
they're gonna
did
make a
make.
sequel.
They made a fair money. They made $202 million.
Wow.
Well,
now, that's
paid the
pretty
bills.
good, right? You know.
Pay the bills.
So now, if you want to see World War Z, you're going to have to wait till it's on demand because it left theaters October 10th, 2013. Coming in at number 12. Now, you said you saw this, but we were speaking before.
Yes.
Thor, The Dark
Yes,
World.
I did.
I
Actually,
didn't see
you
Thor.
didn't?
No.
I liked it. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was well done. I wouldn't recommend seeing it in 3D. It wasn't necessary to see it in
Worth
3D.
the extra bucks.
But but it was definitely worth seeing. I thought it was well done. I liked the first Thor, and I thought this one was just as good as the first. I definitely thought the guy that played Loki did another great job. Just
Who
like
played Loki? What was the
I don't remember.
dude's name?
I'm bad with actors' names,
Oh,
to be honest
that's
with
the only
you.
thing I
I'm
know.
really bad with
I
that.
remember.
know.
Well, Chris Hemsworth. That's the only reason I would see Thor. Just saying.
But the guy who played, or the character Loki, was really good. They involved him again into the movie, and they did a good story. I thought the story was
So you give
well
it an
done.
A+.
I would give it probably a B+.
So
Okay.
Ebert
Fair.
and
Thumbs
Roper.
up. I would give it
Okay.
a thumbs up. How's that?
Now we were talking before. All these dollars are listed, and
Dollar bills.
when you go to the movie now, it's 3D, it's IMAX, it's $15,
Director's
it's whatever.
Hall,
And
IMAX
that's right.
16.
And if you look at the
There's no
at the
discounts.
Cinema Deluxe,
Yeah.
back in the day, like we were talking about like E.T. When E.T. was one of the highest grossing films ever.
I love E.T.
And if E.T. came out now, and I think they did re-release it.
They
when-
did for
when
the
it was-
anniversary for whatever,
Yeah.
30 years? Of
But if it
2012,
came
I
out, like when you look back at stuff,
If they had it now
movies
in
like that.
3D and in IMAX, it would make tons of money.
But you could go see E.T. then for $4,
Right.
and now
and
it's
it was like half
$15.
price.
And it's the
Yeah.
same
Cheaper.
movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting the same
Well, they
experience.
said that the reason why a lot of these movies do so well is because of the fact that
Tom
it's an
Hiddleston
IMAX.
played Loki. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, David Cakes.
I forgot his name.
Another person, Gobble Pie, just
Nice.
Yes, thank you. I was terrible. All I know is he seemed fabulous. So.
But
Yes.
but like even if you look back, like even when Titanic, remember when Titanic was
Yes.
out and it was re-released, but
Love
it was
Titanic.
all these, it was a good movie. But
Great
it was,
movie.
It kept coming out. They re-release and then everything gets added up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind, kind of like you sit there and look at it. Even like the new Star Wars movies when they
Right.
re-released them,
In
back
3D,
in
yeah.
the 70s and
I
the 80s.
stay with the old school ones.
Yeah, the first 3 that came out when we saw them. Episode.
Oh,
was
The
it
New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and
Star
Return
Wars,
of the
Empire
Jedi.
Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
And
Return
now
of
they
the
go back
Jedi.
and they redo the other 3, and now there's 3 more coming out.
Three more
soon,
coming
I
out.
think.
2015.
Now, do you guys
brand
think
new
it's a
one.
good thing or a bad thing?
Well, knowing Disney took it over, I'm sure they'll ruin it, just
Yeah,
like they've
that's
ruined
what I'm
Marvel
afraid of.
movies.
It's not going to be what it was.
not gonna be the same.
E.T.
I'm
was
sure.
the first movie one of our listeners saw at a drive-in.
Nice.
Oh, now can we just take a quick break and talk about drive-in movies?
Sure.
Why are there not more of them? I went to one, I think,
It
in
was
my
one in
life.
Westbury years ago, and now
I
it's
know.
the
I
new
think it's-
Westbury 12.
See, I think it's an amazing idea. Like in the summers on Long Island, why would you not want to be like, hey, drive-in movie?
If you had a drive-in movie here on Long Island, you would, because there's none, obviously
No,
You
now.
would kill
absolutely
it.
not.
You would kill it.
Right.
From May to October, you would kill
Because
it.
when at the Brookhaven Amphitheater in Farmingville, where I live, too many details, I know, but they used to do movie night, and they would have like a big screen outside, and that was obviously just like, you walk in, bring the blanket and all that, and that was packed out. That's a 7,000 seat amphitheater, and that packed.
Right.
So could you imagine an actual drive-in movie? Oh my gosh, people will get nostalgic, the people who are the older generation, people who have never been. I went once, I think, many, many years ago before they were gone.
Right.
That would
Yeah.
be such a great thing.
We used to go there in in our brown station wagon, and we would
Station
hook
wagon.
the
speaker
speaker
up
on
to
the
the
window,
window.
and you would listen, and that's how you did it. And
me
then other
tell
ones,
you
I think
something,
you would
like-
have to tune your radio as they get a little bit more tech savvy.
Right.
Now, I mean,
Right.
maybe they would just give you a disc that you play as you walk
Well,
in.
now people have TVs in their cars, so
Yeah.
they don't need
You
to
don't need
That's
it.
go
true.
to a
But you know what,
drive-in.
though? It's
I
not
don't
the
have
same.
one. I really wish, if I were rich, which
But
I'm
just-
not, or if I could find a sugar daddy, I will set up a
You're
drive-in
gonna find a
movie.
sugar daddy.
Mark my
Nice.
words.
Yeah.
I really think that would be great, though. I think it would be good, honestly good for the local economy. I think it would just be a really fun thing. Because it could be for the family, depending on what you're showing. It's just
Right.
a really fun.
Yeah, but you need a big amount of space to do it
True.
and stuff like that. And
But there
nobody's
are plenty
probably
of
gonna wanna-
abandoned areas
If you
that
own the
don't
land
have.
or something like that.
Right.
If you found somebody that owned a lot of property.
And there's a lot of that out here, especially further out east in Long Island. There's a lot of land
Right.
that doesn't need to be developed really to put the screen. There's not a lot of development that
Yeah.
would be involved with that.
Just to show you how things have changed so much in the last couple of years, I brought my daughter to work on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And
for
she
your
gets
daughter
to my
work day.
office and she looks at my desk and she sees my phone and she goes, "Daddy, you have such an old phone." I said, "Why?" Because the phone actually has a cord.
So does
And
mine.
She's never seen that. In our house, we've always had cell phones or cordless phones.
Yeah.
So she
That's
looks at it and
true.
she goes, "Daddy, why does it have a cord?" I'm like, "That's how
That's
phones
what our work
Yeah.
phones look like. My work phone has a cord.
Yep. Yeah. Ours
You know,
is-
they're used to only having
That's
stuff,
true.
that has no cord.
Why
And I
everything's
haven't
wireless.
thought of that.
Yeah.
But I think most jobs still have corded phones.
Yes,
I
yeah,
think
mine
it is.
does.
Right?
Yeah,
Mine
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Most jobs
That's
have
a
those.
really
but
interesting
yeah, she
point.
goes, "Why do you have such an old phone?"
What's on your phone? What's that thing attached to it?
Yeah, so it just goes to show you that we've advanced so much over the last years that people aren't used to
Oh, yeah.
seeing things like that.
Well, here's some feedback from your buddy Davey Cakes. He says they re-release movies because they remaster them.
That's
and
right.
Which is true. And then they can
Digitally
go out
and 3D too.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
add something
that's
and then
true.
you go back and watch it again.
Yeah,
Now,
like Star Wars when they added more scenes that shouldn't have been added in.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah, like on the one hand, it's cool because you can kind of take, like go things and like with your kids that you did. Like I was saying to
Right.
Matt, my son for Christmas got a football sticker book. Now, when I was a kid, we used to get a baseball sticker book, and we'd save up our quarters because the packs of stickers were a quarter apiece. We'd ride
old
up to the
days.
candy store and we'd buy these packs of stickers, and you had to fill the book. But you didn't know which ones you got. You
Right.
got doubles. You would trade them with your buddies and stuff. So my
Sticker
son gets
trading.
the sticker book for Christmas, and we're putting the stickers in and
so
everything. And there's a website now that you go on and
Right.
you buy the ones that you need to fill the book.
See, that
Instead
takes
of
away
going to
the
the candy
allure of
store,
going down the road.
You don't
Buying
have to go and
and
waste your
buying the
money
stuff.
buying
Yeah,
multiple packs.
I like the whole going down the road. It kind of brings makes it,
Yeah.
Right.
supporting the mom and pops, keeping it old school.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but
Well,
they're all
it's the same
sold at
thing.
Target now, so it doesn't
Yep.
really matter.
We used to save our quarters, and at the same candy shop,
Right.
they had a Pac-Man machine. We have Pac-Man on our Wii now, and we play it. And
That's
it's
right.
Pac-Man Party, but it has
you
the
have
old
Pac-Man
Pac-Man
on your iPad now.
Yeah, it's, I mean, they're
I
like,
had
what do
an
you mean?
Atari. for a long time.
Oh, I loved Atari. That was the
Yeah,
best
you had
one.
No, that's where I
Pitfall,
played.
you had the boxing game,
Right.
you had all that stuff, and it was great. Now
Are we
it
old?
is
Does
very
this
different.
mean that we're old?
It
No.
does.
Okay.
It does not. Although I actually have to
vintage.
say,
How's that?
speaking of
We're
age,
vintage.
happy birthday to my younger brother Thomas, who's turning 30 today.
That's
I'm
right.
30 yesterday. And
Happy
he is down
birthday,
in
Thomas.
DC.
I can't believe he's 30.
I can't believe he's 30 either. And I was talking to him
Crazy.
on the phone. I called him for his birthday.
That's
and he
how
said,
old I'll
wow,
be this
man,
year."
that goes a lot. I said, I still got you by 10. So
youngin'.
think about it like
As
that.
soon as 2014 hit, I'm like, the year I turned 30.
Well,
It's
Courtney
not that
already
bad.
did, so
Yeah,
welcome
that's
to the
all. Yeah.
club.
Welcome to Club 40.
All
Club
right,
40.
all
Courtney's
right.
going to kill me for the next show, I know.
But yes, so anyway, happy birthday. And I have to congratulate my wife, Kathy, who
Yes.
is a college graduate. She finished her
Congratulations.
courses at St. Joseph's College in
Woo!
Patchogue. So week before
Now
Christmas.
that's a good thing for the
she
new
finished.
year. All
So
right.
fantastic stuff. We got a lot to
Great.
celebrate this
Nice.
Christmas and this New Year. She worked incredibly hard, and I'm very, very proud of her.
And she's a full-time mom.
And she's a
so I'm
full-time
not-
mom to 3 kids,
Three
and she
kids.
went back
so
to school.
She's
so-
like super lady.
Yes. Girl
She opens
Scout
up the shirt,
leader.
has an S in the
Yeah.
chest.
I can't even watch people
Yes.
take care of 3 kids. I get stressed out for them, let alone doing it. So
she does that. She's my
A-plus
daughter's Girl
girlfriend.
Scout leader. She
Right.
watches my niece, who's
I loved Girl
7
Scouts.
months old. Yes.
Girl Scouts are the best.
Actually,
I
we're selling the
always had-
cookies now. If anybody,
Oh, there you go. Anybody?
I got to tell
In the
Charlie.
chat room, if you need the information,
If you need
buy
it,
cookies.
Send
My
the
This
order
guy.
over to Lolly.
We do have posted up there, and I think it's $4 a box.
Nice.
So,
I want to buy some cookies.
yep.
Thin
I'll
mints.
have to
Thin
Facebook
Mint
you,
Samoas.
and
Woo.
we'll get them. But anyway, back to the movie
movies.
list.
Yes.
So we were on. We did thought. Now number 11, The Hobbit,
It just came out.
which
yes.
just came out
Right.
now.
Smog or
and-
whatever it is.
And I didn't
Smaug.
see it.
I've
The,
never
the,
seen-
the
I've never
desolation
seen-
of smog.
There we go. I can't, whatever that is.
I've never seen a Lord of the Ring movie.
Never seen any of them.
Never had a
No.
I
desire
saw
to
one
see
Lord
him.
of the Ring movie and I fell asleep during it.
Yeah.
Because
It
it
looks
was
boring.
long.
I heard they just
Too
walk around
long.
looking for rings. That's about
Right.
Yeah, didn't see it. Number 10. Now you said you had seen this. I've never seen any of these because I'm a Star Trek Into the Darkness.
I did, yes. My
Which
wife
was out
a-
back over the summer.
Yes, my wife is a big Star Trek fan,
did
so
not
we
see
went
that.
this summer, and we actually saw that in IMAX 3D, and it was pretty cool in IMAX 3D. A lot
Yeah.
of action, a lot of special effects.
Something
so-
like that's
See,
probably
that
cool.
makes
It
sense
is,
for
yeah.
3D. Right, it
Yeah.
does.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that does definitely make sense.
It does. Not to interrupt, but my friend Dave wants to order some Thin Mints and Tagalongs. So,
Hey, look at that, the orders are pouring
Dave,
in
drop
already.
me a line on Facebook. We'll make it happen, sir.
Make the check payable
Transaction.
to
Making your
me.
connections right now. There you
Make the check
go.
payable to me and
See, look at
send
this.
it here.
We're drumming up business during the show. We
Look
don't
at that.
multitask. What
You
can
know-
I say?
Gonna sell more cookies this year, Lolly.
You know what? You can also donate cookies to the troops as well. So keep
There
that
you
in mind
go.
for anybody you
That's
sell Girl Scouts
awesome.
to. There's a column where you can donate them. And actually, my
Very
daughter
cool.
last year probably had about 40 boxes that she
That's
sent
great.
over to the
Nice.
troops, which is great. So even for people that are watching what they eat
Thin
and don't
Mints
want
and
to do
lemon,
it,
do you deliver?
That's usually for
I do not deliver. not,
Why
for
not,
eight,
Wally?
not for $8.
Once
So-
a fat kid, always a fat kid. That's right.
Yeah.
Represent the Girl Scout cookies.
All right, so now number 9 is actually a movie that I did see, Oz the Great and Powerful.
Yes.
Oh, I
Which
didn't-
thought
I
was-
didn't see
I
that.
thought it was
Came out in
really
May,
good.
yeah, earlier
I
this
thought it
year
was
for
pretty
sure.
good. James Franco, I think, played a good
I love him.
Oz, and yeah,
I
it
don't
just
read
kind of told the
reviews because
story.
reviews, I feel like they always. I never agree with them.
Right.
So anything that is a good movie would discourage me from seeing it. So I don't read reviews because that didn't get good reviews. But anybody who saw it
I
loved
thought
it.
it was good.
It
And-
had
I
good
didn't
effects.
see it.
I mean, I didn't see it in the theaters. I actually
Yeah.
saw it on DVD, but
Uh-huh.
thought it had good effects. It looked like it would be pretty cool in 3D, actually, with the action kept coming
Yep.
out at you and all that.
I remember
I
watching
wish I
The
saw
Wizard
it.
of Oz as a kid and being terrified of the flying monkeys,
Yes.
as many were.
They're scary when
And
you're a kid. They really are.
They've gotten an upgrade
Yes.
in the new movie, and there was one part actually because I had all my kids and my actually my wife was doing homework that night, but I went with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So my 5-year-old was sitting on my lap and my 8-year-old was next to me, and there's one part where the flying monkeys come up
Right.
out of the clouds,
Right.
and the whole theater you could feel we all just jumped out of our seat at the same time. It was like, oh my! It was you know
Right. Everybody
it
got it.
was a lot, but it was good.
Got it on it.
Number 8.
Oh, speaking of that movie, we just had somebody in the chat room saying "spoiler alert."
I guess you
thought
can
watching
spoil it
Mila
now.
Kunis as the Wicked Witch reminded me of Meg Griffin. do you,
Yeah, I guess-
do
I
you
guess
agree
can
with that
spoil
or
it
disagree?
now for a while.
Yeah, it's very
Does
funny.
does that work?
Very funny.
Maybe I need to see it now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch it.
Family Guy reference, watching.
It's out now. Number 8. I haven't seen any of these, but one of the stars of this died. Paul Walker recently. Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
yeah, I haven't
that
seen
was
that yet.
so
No, I haven't seen any of
sad.
these movies, but
I grew up
very
on those
sad.
because
and he was very young.
They 40. They started coming out the franchise when I was a senior in high school.
Right.
So we were all like, or I think 11th grade. So we were all like, woo! So I saw all of them for
Right.
this year. Not like our guy friends saw it for the cars. We saw
Yeah.
it for Paul Walker and Vin Diesel.
Right.
I didn't care what the storyline. That's the only reason I went. But they were just fun movies. You know, they were
Right.
fun, and I mean, I just enjoyed it. You know, you see them
Yeah.
going along throughout the years as the franchise went along,
Right.
and that was just such a sad, ironic thing.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the John Denver thing because he sang "Leaving on a Jet Plane" and then he died in a plane crash,
Right.
and then
Yep.
he starred in the movie about the cars, and
Cars,
he actually was licensed to race,
Yeah.
Really?
and then he died in a car accident. So that was very, very
The
sad.
irony. Yeah.
But they're a good franchise. If you like fun action movies that are just, enjoyable,
They're
it's,
good.
it's a good one.
Number 7 is still out now. I haven't seen it yet. I think George Clooney is in it and Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
It's called Gravity.
I didn't see it, but I need
Heard
to
it's
because
good.
it's
I
got
haven't
all
seen it.
the
I've gotten
buzz
a
for
lot
all
of
the
good,
awards this year.
It
Got a
was
lot
a
of
short
good
movie.
buzz.
I heard like an hour and a half, but I heard it was pretty good.
Good. Number 6, this one's for the kids and the families, and it's Monsters University,
Yes.
which my kids actually saw at Mike and Dan's house. Danielle, her husband, has a big movie screen that he puts up in the backyard.
See, it's like a drive-in.
Why don't they open
yeah,
the
that's
drive-in
it,
right there? I mean, it
so
makes so
they
much
had
money.
everybody
They
over.
need to invite you over now. Look at that.
Yep.
This summer.
Yep.
Is there an age limit?
So they showed
there
it. Well, no,
an age
because the parents went too. Now, I was here. We were doing one of the In-Radio shows, but my wife went with my kids, and Kathy said it was great. The kids sat up in the front and watched the movie. The parents sat in the back and drank.
Hey.
So it was a win-win.
Win-win.
Can't beat that.
That's how
Monsters
you do it.
University, number 6. Number 5 is another Disney movie that is still out now. It just came out, Frozen, that I know you said you
Yes.
just
I
saw.
heard
You
it's
just saw that
really
this
good.
past weekend. Very
my
good,
step
yeah.
niece, who's 22, saw it,
Yeah.
and she said she's like, I was crying. It was amazing, and she didn't go with any kids.
My daughter
so.
loved it. She thought it was great.
Okay.
She's still singing the songs from it. She thought it was absolutely.
I really
it's
wanna-
a story about a queen and a princess and all that. And a
I'm a
kingdom.
nerd for the music. I go for the soundtracks, and I heard
Right.
that it was a good soundtrack.
It
and
wa-
all
it
my
was-
friends
it
with
was
like
good.
little
a lot
daughters.
Of singing. A lot of singing. in
See,
this
I
one.
want to see that.
Yeah.
My friends with little daughters on Facebook are putting them in like the Frozen gowns and all that
Right.
stuff on like the pictures. So
And just so you know, a little interesting fact: Frozen is actually based off a Hans Christian Andersen book.
oh my gosh,
So,
I
little fun
remember
fact for you.
him.
Interesting.
Yes. So, and what
Really?
you can see is Disney does better when he steals things, or they take things from other books.
Yeah.
When they try to create their own stuff, it never really works. So.
Yeah.
No,
But it was a Hans Christian Andersen
that's
book.
interesting to know.
Now, the top 4, number 4, I didn't see this, but this has been made over and over again. Man of Steel.
Yes, I
Which-
saw that. Excellent.
I did
Very good.
not.
I thought
I need to
I
get
thought it
out
was one of
more.
the better Superman movies that's
Was
coming
it?
out in a while.
Yeah.
Could have been a little better. Some of the stuff I wasn't crazy about. The girl who played Lois Lane.
She
Amy
got,
Adams.
she got a
Hustle,
big
yeah.
thumbs down.
Yeah, wasn't crazy about her. But the action in it was really good. I gotta say,
Yeah.
good action.
Because a
and-
lot of them throughout the years have been like, The originals
Yeah.
are so good, it's kind
Yes.
of hard to.
Right, part
it's
2 was
hard to
probably the
come
best,
close.
but yeah, some of the other ones, weren't so great, especially the last one that came out in what was
Really?
it, 2006 to 2007.
Oh, yes, I saw
was
that one.
Awful.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
none
really
of that.
bad. But this
Did not
one,
see
it
that.
was a reboot. The beginning was pretty cool. They made Krypton this kind of futuristic space kind of place. He comes to Earth a little bit. Some of the story didn't agree with, especially if you read a Superman comic book. There was some things that Superman never would have done that they did in the movie, like
Superman would have done that.
exactly. Like he wouldn't have let his father die, and
Oh, no.
he wouldn't have killed Zod at the
It's
end.
not that
so-
he can't do it because he's Superman.
Right.
He
But
could
he
do it.
wouldn't-
He
but
just
he
he
wouldn't
wouldn't
do
do
it.
it.
Right.
So overall, you say see it if you haven't?
I would say
Okay.
see it, but just if you're a big fan of Superman, you may be a little disappointed in that movie.
Okay.
Now
No,
the-
so.
But this is going to lead into other things for DC. They're going to do a Batman Superman movie coming up soon.
Oh, nice.
And he gets to
That
the guy
Marissa's
who's
gonna
playing
see.
Superman gets to play in that movie Superman again. So with what's his name? Ben
Christian
Affleck.
Bale? Oh, Ben Affleck?
Yeah, Ben Affleck's
Oh, I
going to
heard
be
about that.
Batman.
There was an
So
uproar over
that'll
that.
be-
Not
people.
Michael Keaton.
Not Michael Keaton. He's a little too old for that now.
Now he is.
I don't think that anybody wants to see him in tights again.
Not anymore.
I know.
No. All right,
Yeah.
the next one. Now, I saw the first one of this. I didn't see the second one, but Despicable Me 2.
Oh, very good movie.
I
It
saw
was
didn't
good.
see that.
I
Yeah.
saw it because I wanted
saw it
The
on
to.
DVD,
Minions
but-
and Steve Carell
Yeah,
and all them.
very
It was-
funny
it
movie.
was good.
Good for kids and adults.
Yeah, I saw it just.
It was
as an
well
adult.
done.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
And Pharrell's on the soundtrack.
For us on the soundtrack.
Now the
There he is
second one,
again.
the second movie, I did see this one, and actually I saw it pretty recently. I haven't read any of these books. My wife read the books, and my daughter is reading them now.
Oh, I know which
Hunger
one.
Games: Catching Fire,
Oh, I
which
didn't
I
see
thought
it.
was very good.
I actually just watched the first part recently, and then I went and saw the second part. So
Now,
I thought it was good.
now very violent and very intense.
Yes.
And that's why, my 11-year-old, well, she'll be 11 actually.
Yeah, not for kids. Even though the books are for kids, I wouldn't say the movies for kids.
Tricks are not for kids.
I don't know if I would let her see it,
Yeah,
and
no.
some of her friends have seen it, but just
Yeah.
when you watch
I
a
wouldn't
movie
let my
like
daughter
that,
see it.
very
Yeah, I don't
intense,
blame her.
because you're just waiting for something to happen.
The premise is that
some
they're
of the
gonna kill each other.
killings and
And,
everything else.
and we live in a society with enough issues. You know
Yeah.
what? If the kids were younger,
So,
wait till they're older.
Not sure, but anyway,
There
that
are
was.
enough kid
But
movies
it is
out there.
good for adults. Definitely a good movie.
And the number one
Very interesting.
movie of 2013,
Made a
drum roll
lot of
please,
money. Here,
Iron Man 3.
that's right.
Oh, I didn't see it. I saw the first one. I didn't see the second or the
Yeah,
third.
part 3 was okay, but it made a lot of money. It was.
Hey.
It came in I think second to the Avengers, which was last year.
And I'm excited for Robert Downey Jr. because I enjoy him. It's nice that after his
does a
years
good
of drug
job.
problems,
Yeah,
he's come
he
back.
has
with the
Storyline not
franchise.
so
Tough go of it
good.
for a while.
It
He's
was-
bounced
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, a little disappointed in the story for this one. Thought it was kind of weird that they made the Mandarin, this drunk fool actor guy. You think he's going to be this cool villain and all that.
And he's not.
No, you didn't see it?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
no. Ben Kingsley was
I saw the first one.
not. He was an actor. He was. I hate to spoil it for you, but.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
spoiler alert. Not very good, but
Oh.
yeah, it made a lot of money though. Good for him. And
Hey.
look,
All those
Robert Downey
movies have
Jr. was
grossed
great.
an insane amount of money
Yeah.
this year. So.
I mean, but that's a movie that goes to show you that IMAX and having it in 3D helped.
well,
even
for that
boost the
kind of
sales
movie,
more.
oh yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know who Dip Dumpling is. They're asking if I've seen any of these movies. I've probably seen about 3 or 4 of them, but
One
That's
movie,
it, Lolly?
one movie that's,
That's about
excellent that was not on there,
Yes.
because it's out now, it's recent, is American Hustle, which we're
Yes,
talking
I
about
just
before.
saw that.
out now.
Just saw that this weekend.
Excellent movie. It's actually, for those who don't know, I won't ruin it too much, but it's based on the Abscan scandal of the 80s.
Yeah.
And part of it takes place in Long Island, which is where we broadcast from.
Yes.
And really, really well done. I mean, you had Christian Bale, who had a sweet comb-over that was like not messing around. And Amy Adams, Bradley
Yes.
Cooper, Jennifer
She was
Lawrence.
good in that movie. Not so much in Superman, but good in that movie.
She was great in that
Yes.
movie. It was just a really, really good movie. So if you want to relive your, your
Yeah,
throwback to the
1970s,
70s.
yes.
And the thing is, the guy who it's based on, he sold the rights to his story for $250,000 to
Right.
the studio. His real name is Melvin Weinberg. He
Right.
lives now in Florida, but he had lived in New York.
He lived in Long Island, I think.
Yep, he lived in Long Island. So that movie and also Wolf of Wall Street, which I didn't see yet.
I
is
did
out
not see
now.
that. I heard
that takes place
really
in Long
good
Island
things.
as well. So all the movies about excess take place here
Excess
in
in
Long
the 80s
Island.
from Long Island. Look at that.
So I haven't seen that one yet. I almost saw it.
Wolf of Wall Street, I haven't seen, but a lot of people I know have seen it. Said it's excellent.
I heard it is, and I was going to go see it with my dad one day when we were off for the holidays, because there's
Yes.
certain movies he likes. He's like, "You're seeing it with me, no one else." And then he thought about it. He's like, "I think I'm too old to see this." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's 3 hours. I can't sit that long." I'm like, "So get up, walk around, be the old guy who wanders around, come back."
come back, yeah.
He decided ultimately he really wants to see it. He's like, "When it comes out on TV, I can't sit that long. I'm too
When it
old."
comes
So-
on TV,
I can
Yeah,
sit
I'm
on
like,
the
I
when's
couch.
hope
that
like
gonna be
cable
on
TV, not like ABC.
Right, I said to him, like, when is that going to be on TV? But so, but I do want to see that. But American Hustle, great movie.
Right.
Okay.
Don't bring the kids,
No.
but really, really good movie for
Yes.
adult
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
it was not definitely not a kid movie,
No.
but it's rated R. So
Yes.
yeah.
So unless
So it
you're a
wouldn't be.
wonderful parent,
Yeah.
don't bring your kids. But we're taking a quick break, and we'll be back
Yes,
with
we'll
more
come back with more
music.
about 2013.
Nice.
Stick around. We'll be back Saturday on the Sound on InRavio.com.
Stop putting it off and start painting it up today at Ben's Paint Station, featuring Benjamin Moore paints, Sickens, wood finishes, paints, and professional paint supplies, ideal for contractors and homeowners, stain paints and epoxies, family owned and operating, in business for over 55 years, professional and experienced help, located at 2 locations, 55B Route 25, Coram, Long Island, New York, and 1495 Plaza Montauk Highway, Mastic, New York. Call them at 775-7435 and 775-8135. Ben's Paint Station, featuring Benjamin Moore Paints. Log on to the InRavio advertisers page today.
InRavio.com.
East End Screen Printing and Embroidery. Shirts for as low as $3 with print. 631-281-TEAS. That's 631-281-TEES. 1355F Montauk Highway, Mastic, Long Island, New York. Go to eastendsilkscreenprinting.com for more info.
Hanging with the cool kids at enravio.com.
Hey guys, it's Christine from Backwater. Tune in every Saturday night from 7 to 9 for music history, musicians' birthday blocks, trivia time, and the best alternative music around. Saturdays at 7, only on enravio.com, broadcasting to the world.
Sun City Car Wash, Montauk Highway in Mastic, Long Island, New York. $9.99 early bird special Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Phone 395-6114. Sud City Car Wash. Hand washes, hand waxes, and detailing. Interior cleaning, brushless, car wash club. Simonized products. Sud City Car Wash. Montauk Highway in Mastic, Long Island, New York.
Welcome back to Saturday on the Sound.
That's right, everybody. We are live here. It is January the 4th, 2014.
I know.
Had to stop for a second
I
to
keep
think
writing
about it.
2013.
I know. It's
Yeah,
going to take
stop.
at least 2 months before
I
I
will
get
be,
used to that.
I'll be doing that until April, so I
I
apologize.
just got used to
in
writing
advance.
2013 right now.
I know, it takes me a long time to kind of transition. But it's our anniversary show. We've been doing this particular
1
show
year.
here for a year.
Happy anniversary to
Yes,
us.
that's right.
And for those who are tuning in for the first time, just to let you know a little bit about what we do. Clearly, we talk about pop culture, what's going on in the world. But one thing we always focus on, which we unfortunately, our performers couldn't make it this evening. They had a death in the family. But we like to focus on the local musicians in the Long Island, New York area. Pretty much the tri-state area, because we've had, Georgie Brennan, who's in Connecticut.
Yes.
But we try to focus on local musicians, let them play, let you see what's out there. There's a lot of great music out there, and we like to feature it on the show. So if you or someone you know is a musician and wants to feature things on the show, you can find us on Facebook, Saturday on the Sound, and
Like
get in
us.
touch with us.
Send
like
us a message, and then we have
Send us a
people
link,
booked,
send
I
us a
think, through
message.
April.
Yes.
But we're always looking for acts going forward.
Yes.
From May on, we're open. We'd love to have you on the show, so send us a link. And as long as it's not, you doing karaoke in your basement, hey.
That could
Love
be
to have you
interesting too.
If you're a great karaoker, then
never know.
maybe. My friend
Karaoke.
Dave, who's watching, is actually a fantastic karaoke.
Really? You should do karaoke.
If you're
face-off.
that good karaoke, you could probably fool us and be on the show.
Exactly.
If you're that good.
So just a little tidbit of information for you there.
And also, you know what? If you even have a special kind of thing that you maybe want to showcase, since this is live and you can see us,
That's
Yeah.
true.
we could always have, maybe if you're a magician or
If you juggle fire,
juggle, that would be fire.
No
Might be
fire,
low
yeah, no
ceilings,
fire.
you know,
Studio on fire. You have to be a good enough juggler that you won't burn us down.
Yes.
Then we'll think about it.
I would, if we're gonna have somebody light things up, I'm gonna skip that show.
Michael won't be
I'll watch
here.
that one
Very
from
low.
home.
There's a pipe above us, so
I'll
I don't know if
watch
that's a
that
good
from
thing.
So
Anyway.
just throwing it out there. But
Yes.
we're going to kick it back off now with some more of our top 13.
Countdown. We're
of
going to
2013.
song number 8 for this year.
All right, I'm suspenseful.
That's right. You saw a little bit of it before, and here it comes again. It's Pink with Just Give Me a Reason.
With Nate Roos.
Yes.
Now, I saw her live at, for those people watching in Long Island, at Nassau Coliseum in March.
There you
She
go.
puts on a ridiculously killer show. She does aerials throughout the entire show.
I heard,
so
yes.
She's singing, she's flipping through the air.
And she's live singing,
And she's
too.
belting it
Yeah.
out. She's not recorded. So you have all these musicians nowadays who are, voice tracked and they're like lip syncing and everything else. And they're just like barely moving on stage. She's completely flipping through the air, like flying across the stadium,
Right.
and she's
Singing.
singing live, and she sounds phenomenal.
Amazing.
So if you have not ever seen her in show, see Pink. She is killer.
She's killer.
Love her.
Well, again, it's a great, she has a great voice, so just listening
So
to her,
good.
it's a great voice.
Yes.
But the words and everything else, if you listen to words like that,
Oh, yeah.
like a lot of times songs will resonate with people, and then you can.
And she's really changed the times. I mean, she came out in 2000 with her first
yeah.
album,
I guess it's
and
been
There
that
You
long.
Go was the first single off of
Right.
that. And I mean,
And she's evolved too now.
she
doing
really
ballads and
has.
Stuff
I
like
mean,
that. It's amazing.
14 now years later,
Yeah.
she's still topping the charts, and she's she hasn't stayed with the same kind of music. Her voice is able to go through different genres, and she really has, evolved, and she's great.
Yeah, right now she was 2 weeks with #1 on the top 40 for this song, 11 weeks in the top 5. In Billboard, she was 3 weeks as #1 and 11 weeks in the top 5 with the song. So it was that springtime going into the beginning of summer where this song was out, right after Stay. This song came out and dominated the charts.
And this is a good karaoke song. I sang this at karaoke.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You might have to do a little for us right now.
None of that. None of that.
Not
The
a
only thing
King
about
Yums.
This video that I don't understand is the teddy bear with the glowing eyeballs.
Yeah, what is with
I think
teddy
it's
bears
supposed to
this year?
symbolize. I know, Miley.
Everything Miley, her. It's been a
creeping me
year
out
for
because they're supposed to be.
Theme. Is it the year of the teddy bear?
Yeah, I think
It's
it
the year of
is.
the teddy bear. It's supposed to be this cute little thing that reminds you of childhood and kids, and now
Right.
we've got alien teddy bear. Look there, just once again. Look at it. Look at his eyes.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Freaking, like it's scary.
It's as
like,
creepy as the
oh.
big teddy bear that Miley wears on her back. It's a little odd.
It's like Chucky.
Chucky. It is.
Chucky Bear.
Scary.
And somebody said, I was at a forum once, they said that's supposed to represent like her husband because he's in the video with her and there are parts he's not.
Really?
But I don't know, I don't look at Carrie Hart and think teddy bear with glowing eyeballs.
Glowing
Like,
eyeball teddy bear.
Didn't resonate.
Maybe he liked Teddy Ruxpin as a kid. I don't know.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Ruxpin.
Now that's a throwback.
That's
right
a throwback reference right
There.
there
But she
for
can
you.
really sing. Like,
She can. No, she can belt it out. Listen to her.
and I have to say, there were a lot of guys, I'm sure their wives dragging them and girlfriends dragging them to see her. But there were a lot of guys, and you saw them, you could see in the beginning they were kind of grumbling, drinking their beer, and then when she actually started performing, so they were kind of like, oh man, she's flying to there. They were kind of,
Put on a good
impressed.
show.
Yeah, no, it is amazing that she can sing.
And she
do
could
all
fight
those
you. I mean, if you look
acrobats.
at Pink, like she can definitely like knock you out. So
Not someone you want to meet in a dark alley.
no. So on top of
She'll
being
take you
able
out.
to sing,
Just give me a reason to knock you out. Let's go. I don't
That could
even
be a
need a
follow-up
reason.
hit for
That's
next
all.
year, for 2014.
so she's great.
All right, so moving on to the #7 song of 2013, and that would be a song that was recently out, and it's called Royals by Lords.
Lord.
Yes. Royals.
Yeah,
It's such a funky, weird
When
song.
I first heard that song, I thought she was like 45 and smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then they're like she's 16. I couldn't understand.
Oh, she's
how-
16. I
She's
didn't know that.
16.
Wow.
So when I was 16,
It's a cool song. It's definitely a different kind of song.
it's different.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
from Australia.
Is that where she's from?
Yep, Queensland,
It
Australia.
reminds me a little bit of the #1 hit last year. What was that song? The song that was everywhere last year.
Sigh.
No, that's Sigh. Everything's
like,
Sigh to you.
Gangnam
Wow, I can't even think of it. It was played so much. I blocked it out of my mind.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
you watched
The
it.
song from the guy from Australia, used to know.
Oh, Godier.
Godier, yeah. It reminds me a little bit of that
See,
Godier
all the
kind of.
Australians do these different
Yeah.
songs. And but she's got a new single out too now. And
Yes,
Team.
they do. Yes. I don't know how
Well,
it's
it's just a
how
lot
it's
of,
going to do,
like,
but
you just hear the snapping like in
Right.
the background.
right.
Like this is it.
a little
like-
funky, yeah, funky
Like if
little
you
snap in
close
the
your eyes and
background.
just listen to the snapping, you'll be
And
like.
she's great. She's just the thing I like about her is she's very different.
She is. No, she's very different. It has a different sound. I mean, to the point that everybody does that, Royals.
Oh yeah,
Royals.
Right.
Yep.
But it's
type of
ironic
thing.
because she sings a song about oh we're not rich, we don't need it, we count our money in the trains to party, blah blah blah.
And they mention
well now
Vegas.
you're a multimillionaire, dude.
Yeah.
So what you sang about now is no longer applies to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So share the wealth, would you?
Yeah, start donating out your money. So for the top 40, this only reached #1 for 1 week, but it was #2 for 2 weeks and in the top 5 for 11 weeks. But for Billboard, this was the #1 song for 8 weeks recently. So had a lot of success, 13 weeks in the top 5, and it is the #6 most streamed song.
Really?
Yes. So it's definitely definitely had some success. So that's why it was #7 on our countdown. Oh, and this is our #6 hit, Taylor Swift. She
Yes.
made it into the countdown. She was
course she
#3
did.
for our
How
first
could
half.
she not?
Beginning of the year,
I
she
mean,
had
right.
this big hit, which was "I Knew You Were Trouble," and this came out the first half of the year. It was more a hit from the January through
It
March
was.
time period. This was 6 weeks at #1, which is pretty good. It was in the top 10, top 5 for 10 weeks. For Billboard, it only hit #2, and it was 11 weeks in the top 5. But still, pretty good for the top 40. 6 weeks at #1.
Is this Trouble or a different song?
might be a different song, but it's still Taylor Swift.
I can tell. I'm like, I can see wrong.
You're
I'm
pretty
like-
good at noticing this song.
I'm like, wait, I don't think it's trouble.
But you know what though? Taylor Swift
Whatever,
just
it's
has a way.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Whatever
she had a
Taylor,
great year last year and this
That's all.
year.
She's going to be on our countdown for years to come, just because she's.
Mike, someone asked if you know how to do the shopping cart.
Yo, that's right.
How's that? That is the. Well, now it's the Target because that's where we shop.
That's the
Used to be
Target.
the
He's
Stop
doing
and
the
Shop
Target
shopping
for Taylor Swift.
But yeah, you're right though. I mean, like, you know, Taylor Swift will resonate with all ages. You know,
Yes.
she's got a nice beat, got a nice voice.
Yeah.
You know, like the teens will like her, the parents will.
And she
listen.
seems innocent even if she's got 47 boyfriends at a time. She
Yes.
still seems like
Hey,
she's
but you know what?
innocent.
It's her musical inspiration each time. So she
Hey, you know what? I have to
she
say.
writes a song every
now,
time she breaks up with
here's
one. so
my
it's great
question
for
to
her.
you guys as men. Would you date Taylor Swift knowing that you're going to be a song topic?
Sure, why not?
Really?
Yeah, I
I
would.
mean, not in real life because you're both married, but
Yeah.
if you weren't.
Oh yeah, because I could date a 16-year-old.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
She's
You-
23
She could be my daughter.
now. She's 23.
Oh, she's 23 now.
She's
I didn't realize
old
that.
now.
Ooh, maybe I.
Maybe you could.
Watch out, Lisa.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say no.
I would date her. Why not? You become famous and you become one of her songs. Why
Hey,
not?
that's what I say. But there are some guys like. That's
She's
right.
like, that's right.
true, exactly.
That is true. But you get,
But you
you
could
get
be
mentioned
like,
on Entertainment
you could be
Tonight.
like, yeah,
at
it's
least.
about me, guys. Tell all your friends. Post on Facebook.
Yeah,
But I have to
that
say,
song's about me. Just think of it this way: Alanis Morissette. Dave
You ought to know Dave
whatever,
Coulier.
Coulier, right? And people still talk about that, even
to
though
this
they
day,
forget he's
that
Joey
came out
from
in
Full House.
1995.
And
to
they
this
still
day,
talk
people
about
are
that.
like,
See, I would want to be
Right.
that.
I know that he's Joey from Full House because he's on my TV every night. My
On
kids
Nick
watch
at
Full
Night.
House.
Somebody
on
in the
Nick at
chat room, Dave, said that he thinks she looks like a ferret.
Like a very
Oh,
little
with the
bit.
hair?
I do see that right now.
Like it's that shot. Yeah, she's got
She has
the
the
like
puckered
duck
lips
face,
going and
the duck
everything.
face going on.
There you go.
Close up.
Taylor Ferret Swift.
Yeah, you know what, Dave? That's not a bad observation.
You
Now-
watch. She's going to sing about you next.
Hey, all right.
Dave, we're gonna tell her that you called her a ferret. You're gonna be the next
The
song.
next song will be Why'd You Call Me a Ferret?
Yeah.
We should start doing that now. Get ferret pictures and put them side by side next to her.
Oh my God! I want to see a picture on my Facebook, Dave, later on of Taylor Swift next to a ferret. You're technological.
You know, they
enough,
do
let's
that
see it.
stuff a lot of times. The guy
yeah, they
that
do.
played Khan in
Some
Star
of them are
Trek,
really
they
funny.
actually compare him to an otter, and they take pictures of him and put
them
it
next
side
to
by
each other.
side. Yeah, as him with an next to an
And
otter.
sometimes it's really hysterical because they really look like.
Oh, they
look
do,
like
yeah,
it,
which
yeah.
is kind of scary. Yeah, we need to find a ferret picture. Maybe put a little red lipstick on it.
I've never thought of that, but I see it. I see it.
Yeah, so Taylor Swift. This song was number 3 in our half year. You know, the 2013
In
so
May we
far.
did
Right,
it.
when we
in
did our
May
so
did
far
that.
countdown.
So she was number 3. Now she's fallen to number 6 because of all the great music that came out since
Sorry,
then.
Taylor.
And
been a
last
lot.
year
Still
she was
charting.
she had a song in the top 12 of 2012.
She's
last
had them for
year,
so many. Since Teardrops on My Guitar, her first like real single
Yeah.
came out that charted. She's been everywhere.
Unbelievable. So yeah,
Go
that is
TS.
Miss Taylor Swift. Coming in at number 5. Oh yeah, there he is, the man. They say that he had another great year, a lot of hits, and this
did.
hit
Yes.
would be his one for the beginning of the year. This is "Locked Out of Heaven." So
song.
you know, and it's funny because he had a couple more hits this year. He had "Treasured," he had "When I Was Your Man," and "Locked Out of Heaven" was
And
the
he had
first one.
Gorilla.
And Gorilla, that's right, yeah. But this one we
Scandalous.
picked for our countdown because not only did it start off the year in January for us, it was a big hit. 5 weeks at number 1, 10 weeks in the top 5 according to the top 40. Billboard, it was 5 weeks at number 1 and 4 weeks at number 2, 12 weeks in the top 5. Not bad. So he had a good year. This was our number 2 song for the 2013 half-year waypoint for the part 1. So that was the number 2 song for us. So go on to number 5 for the end of the year countdown.
Nice.
But and a lot of Billboard rated him the artist who had the best year for 2013.
I heard that.
Yes, they did.
Which I was a little bit surprised at, but if you think about it.
Me too, because of who's coming up next on our list.
Right, but if you think about it, some of the other artists, they had one monster song. Even if it was a
Right.
monster,
Yeah.
he had several big
He
hits.
did. He had a lot of
Go
hits this
Bruno.
year. I mean, we just named 4 of them right off the bat. But to me, there was one other artist that went from obscurity in 2012 and had a monster year with especially 2 songs to almost 4 songs this year.
And that would be?
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about Bruno Mars for a minute, and then we'll get to our next
Bruno.
artist.
Bruno.
So no, but yeah. So as I said, he was considered the pop star of the year
I
at the
think, you know
Billboard
what?
magazine. And he's doing the Super Bowl.
Yes,
that is
he's doing the
correct.
Super Bowl,
Yes.
which is in a month in New
York,
York,
that's
New Jersey.
right.
We're
New
not
York,
going to
New
say
Jersey.
Close
New York.
enough. It's right across the
We're
tunnel.
gonna say it's
So
New York.
We're going to say
Yeah.
New
New
York.
York teams
At
play there,
MetLife
so-
Stadium.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
The Giants and the Jets play there. That's
Jet
right.
Stadium.
And both will not be.
Yeah,
be
neither
there
one of
for
them
the
Neither
Super
will
Bowl.
be in there, but we'll be
Both had
playing
a
here
miserable
anyway.
year this year.
That's
we
right.
won't talk about that.
I know, no, go there. One thing about him not 2013, 2012, when I was at Lollapalooza in Chicago, they had a lot of street bands outside playing with trumpets and everything else, and we were walking past one, and they were playing his hit Grenade. He had this
wow.
huge band of all these trumpets and these drums like set up on the street,
Yeah.
and there was a crowd of like 200 people, and they were playing Grenade, and we were all singing along to it.
Really?
So
That's
it was pretty cool. And I will say about him, he's got a phenomenal voice.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
does.
does.
He does. And you know what's funny?
And When I Was Your Man, that song's more of
Right.
a ballad. I mean,
Yeah, it was a great ballad. I mean, that one almost even made it onto a top 13 because he was just that good of a song. He also has wrote a lot of songs for people.
That's
He
true.
wrote for CeeLo.
Forget You.
Forget You. Thank you. I was the dirty
forgot.
version. Forget You. But yeah, I mean, he's written a lot of songs
Yeah.
for people too. So I mean, he's an amazing artist. Has had the last couple years. I mean, just amazing years.
He really
At
has.
least the last 3 years. And this year was no different.
We love you, Bruno.
Yeah, and we'll see what you can do for 2014. I'm sure
Bring
you'll
the
have
Super
more
Bowl on
hits.
home, come on.
Yeah, bring it on home. It's good to actually have somebody more modern this year.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Which is nice, you know.
I will say.
Who was last year?
I don't. Beyonce.
Beyonce, that's right. Oh, that's right. Where she had Destiny's Child come out for one song and then dismissed
And then they
him.
were done. And then the lights
And she
went out.
literally dismissed him.
Yeah, she was like, all right, I'm on stage,
All right,
off.
out girls.
And then the
after
lights went off.
After the wardrobe malfunction of Janet Jackson,
Yes.
then they
With
went.
Justin Timberlake.
I think they had Bruce Springsteen the next
Yep.
year.
Oh, Rolling
They
Stones,
stayed as far
fairly
as they
safe.
could.
Eddie, Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen. I mean, they went through the geriatrics.
And
The Who, I think, was one
Yes.
year.
Nobody.
But I have to
you know,
say, that's ingrained in my mind. 2004, I remember being in college at St. John's and watching that. And all the guys in the room were like, oh! I was like, oh my
it was
God.
so quick. It was like
Oh, it was
they
a
cut
flash.
away.
Unless you
but
had
they
a
saw
DVR and you can rewind and see
Right.
it, which I did.
Hey.
I was like, whoa, look at that. That is it.
Janet, woo!
Nice piercing. So coming in at number 4. Now, these guys have had a monster, in my opinion, have had a monster hit. And here it is right now. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. This
Yeah.
was their
Love.
second hit of the year,
Love
which
that.
was called Can't Hold Us. And it's coming in number 4. Absolutely unbelievable. Great song. You're hearing our commercials there.
Yeah. Sang on Dick Clark's New Year's Rock.
They
That's
did,
right.
Yes, they performed that
And you
too.
saw them, right?
And I actually did get to see them over
How were
at
they live?
the Roseland before it closed.
It's still, did it close yet?
Still
I
open,
don't know.
right?
It was
I think it is
open.
still
Okay.
open.
I know
New
they
Year's
closed
Eve,
it.
I knew people who went. So it was
Okay.
still open.
It's
a few days
closing
ago.
soon, but yeah, I did get to see them at the Roseland,
sad.
and they put on an unbelievable show. I mean, they had.
I would love to see them.
They had at least 4 hits this year. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
which is absolutely amazing, and they're still cranking out hits and more to come.
And say-
And they were nobody last year when we did this countdown. We didn't even know
Oh
their
yeah.
names.
Well, First Stop Shop started coming out the end of December, early January last year.
Right.
So it was just starting. And I will say, when Sing Love came out, I was so excited because it's an issue that people are finally talking about.
Right.
And it was so wonderful to have a song that was on every major radio station
Yeah.
playing that message to get it
Yep.
out there. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
here you go.
It's a great song too.
Oh, it was
I mean,
really great.
Absolutely great song.
Well, if you look, there were 2 of our people so far that were on the Dick Clark countdown.
Yes.
From now, you had Miley Cyrus, you had
Right.
Macklemore,
Yeah.
and then you had Blondie. You had
Yes, I-
Debbie
which I
Harry
don't
that they
get.
dug
She
up,
looked horrible.
who was
She couldn't even
probably
sing.
on
You know what
in
I have to say?
1985.
What makes
No,
me sad?
1979. John.
No, but you know what makes me sad with that? Courtney, who's not here tonight, does the
Yes.
show with us. Courtney and I saw her in 2012.
Yeah. Right.
We saw Blondie, and she was phenomenal. We saw
Really?
her at West Ferry in Nassau County.
awful.
She was
looked
phenomenal.
terrible.
Yeah.
She looked good.
She
She sounded
sounded
great. And now,
horrible.
a year and a half later, she looked like she was dead.
Yeah, no.
I
Well,
don't
you know what? It was
happened.
funny because last year they dug up MC Hammer.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because
right.
he was on.
Because he
last
was
year.
on with Psy last year.
It was
See,
like,
there's
wait a
your Psy
minute.
reference.
right.
I guess they're
A
trying to
little
just
Gangnam
bridge
Style.
bridge the gap, have people on from now and then people from the past. But it
But
was
I was
like,
I
it
was
very
sad about
funny.
that with her because, like I said, we saw her a little over a year ago, and
Yeah.
she was great. She
Yeah.
sounded fantastic. She had this big blue skirt on, and she looked really good.
Maybe it was cold, maybe whatever. But
I
I
don't
was
know.
watching it. We had
Cold
some
brings
friends of
out the
ours
death in
over.
your face.
I
was
guess
like,
so.
wow.
She looked like she was out of it too.
Yeah, she's not on our top 13 of 2013.
Not even close. Not even a thought on the top 13. Not
Call
even
me.
the top 100. Yeah, call me. Maybe maybe in '79 I would have.
Call me,
This
maybe.
song was 4 weeks at number 1, 12 weeks in the top 5. That was for the top 40 countdowns. Billboard, 5 weeks at number 1, 14 weeks in the top 5, and it was the number 3 most downloaded and streamed song on Spotify, which is amazing.
Really?
So, yes, number 3. So unbelievable. They did tremendous this year. And as I said, it's on commercials and everything. And you hear the song everywhere.
True.
You know?
And you can dance to it.
And you can dance to it.
I'm
That's
demonstrating
right.
right
You do a little jumping up and down and everything else.
I make up my own moves as I go, you know? The no judgment zone. No judgment zone.
Oh man.
No, but they did a great job, and there's a lot more to come from them because before they
Yes.
were ever really big, a lot of their songs and their videos have been online for over a year before they even became big.
Right.
So that's you can find their upcoming stuff online too.
Let's hit the number 3 song coming up. All right. Another person who had another big year, just like every other year, was Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy
And her song
Perry.
Roar was everywhere, starting from the end of the summer all the way through the fall. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing this song, Roar.
When this first came out, I have to say, I didn't know it was her the first time I heard it. And I remember putting the radio up. I'm like, hey, what is this?
Right.
Good song.
Yeah, no, I got to say, it was an excellent song. She was, for the top 40, 6 weeks at number 1, 11 weeks in the top 5. For Billboard, she was 2 weeks at number 1, 8 weeks as number 2, and 12 weeks in the top 5. This song and Royals dominated both the Billboard and the top 40 list for many weeks,
Go
from
Girlfriend.
September all the way through to October. I mean, for 8 weeks straight, it was the two of them back and forth.
And the
in
good thing
top
about
one
her
and
is
two
she
spot.
writes, co-writes every song, at least co-writes, if not,
Yeah,
you
she
know.
does,
So she's
yeah.
a writer. She started writing for people before she became a singer herself.
Yeah, no, she was a songwriter, and
Yeah.
I mean, she had some hits on last year. I mean, 2011, Fireworks and everything. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
amazing last 3 years for her too. Her and Bruno Mars.
She's another one that'll be around for a while.
Oh,
They'll just
definitely.
keep cranking them out.
I'm sure
In the
she
chat
will.
room, somebody said if she could only work on singing live, that'd be great.
That
I will
is
say,
true.
when you see her live, you're like, that was a little off pitch.
A little off
Oh,
pitch.
Like you feel for her, you're like, oh, you're a little flat.
But she makes it up with costumes and paraphernalia in the
She
background.
does. I mean, she looks like a giant gumdrop, so I get it that you know that's
Cupcake, a big old
that's,
cupcake.
That's staying power.
Trying to take away, so just pay no attention to my singing. Just look at the.
I'm not a
Look at all the stuff around me. Look how
Everything
great it
else
is.
that I
I mean, when you have
You're in Candyland right
Look at all
now.
the
I know.
props.
Go down Gumdrop Slide.
And when you have the studio to, you know, amplify her sound and clean her up and everything else, she
Yeah.
sounds golden.
Right.
You know. So that's the thing. I mean, she gets very pitchy and tone deaf when she's live.
Right.
Well, this video is great. It reminds me of Indiana Jones, which I think that's
A
what they
little
were
bit,
going
yeah.
for
Yeah.
a little bit at the beginning. But yeah, very Indiana Jones-ish.
Yes. Very tribal.
She seems like she'd be like a cool person to hang out with, that she's down to earth, and you know, except she's dating John Mayer, which is a little questionable because he's known to be a serial dater, and he's John Mayer.
Serial
So, I
dater.
mean, if I was
Well, it's a
going
little
to-
better than our last hookup.
That's true. Russell Brand, that was
Yes.
a smart idea marrying him.
Yeah, I don't know if that was such a good idea on her part.
But this song is empowering. I mean, you hear it, you're like, that's right.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like I
belt this one out in the shower when you get it up
Oh
in
my
the morning?
gosh! I'm like, you go, girlfriend. I see, like, take this shower massager, and I sing into it like it's a microphone.
massager.
For
Wow,
my,
see
for my
a lot of that
audience,
one.
my audience of shampoo and conditioner and body wash. Oh yeah.
Until somebody starts banging on the door and says, "When are you getting out of there? Let's go. Come on."
Would you shut up?
Oh man.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Go
so that was
Katie.
our number 3 song. So 2 more to go to get to number 1.
All right, suspense.
All right. So let's get to number 2. All
right, hit it.
Our number 2 hit was the number 1 hit for our 2013 so far back in May. Do you remember what that was?
No.
What? Thrift Shop.
Another Macklemore Ryan
That's
Lewis.
right. That's why I said they were so big this year. To me, they were the artists of the year because
Yeah.
both songs are in the top 5.
This song was just brilliant. When I first heard this, I was like, hey. And half
It made you want to go out and go buy some stuff at a thrift
Half the
shop.
things I wear look like they came from a thrift shop. Like I have holes in my shirt.
was singing
I got
about your
caught on
closet.
something on New Year's. It's terrible. I might as well have gone to a thrift shop.
When I
So,
first
you know
heard
what?
this song, I thought it was shoplifting, and I wouldn't let my kids listen
That's
to it.
right. It was
Dad
popping
says this
tags.
is a bad
tags.
song.
You thought they were popping
Popping
tags
tags
off.
was either doing drugs or stealing things.
You were that dad. that
I
you were
was
like,
that
this is
dad.
bad.
You thought it was slang for
It was
doing
either
drugs.
doing drugs or it was stealing things. We don't do any of that. You guys are not listening to this.
Did you ever lift the band when you realized what it was about?
Well, yeah. Then my wife said, you know.
Your wife Googled pop and tag. She's like, no, thrift store,
He's
thrift
being
shopping.
a frugal shopper, is what he's doing. He's shopping in the thrift shop.
Which
He's
is
not
a-
doing
which is
drugs.
We should do the Urban to Lolly dictionary for the next show. Take an urban slang and have the Lolly translated.
And if anything, it's a good message to give your kids. Be conscientious of your money, children.
That's
You can listen to
right.
this song.
Pop the tag and look at the price.
Don't do drugs. Just shop at the thrift shop.
Get some of your grandpa slippers.
I do love that one.
But no, the hook on this, and this was a song that just literally transcended. It didn't matter what station you were listening to, whether it was the pop station, the hit
R&B
station, the R&B
stations.
station,
Oh, yeah.
the hip hop stations.
It was everywhere.
Everybody was playing it. This was the big hit through the beginning of before summer, more like the beginning of the year, springtime, all the way through. You know, from March all the way through to the
Hey,
beginning
I
of
still
summer.
hear this now, and I turn it
yeah.
up a little bit if it comes on. I'm like,
Oh, always.
I put my
Always
seat
turn
back
this
like
up.
I'm a gangster living in, Suffolk County, Long Island.
Yep.
This song was #1 for 6 weeks. That's pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Especially
Really
for a new
good.
artist, it was their first hit.
It was. And it was the #2 most downloaded and streamed song on Spotify. Pretty good. You know? Yes, that's right. So, and then.
And now we're up to our number one.
Time
now
for
we're-
number one. Can
time for
I get a
number one.
noisemaker, please?
Oop. Well, you're
Back
Yeah,
over
I'm
the
so
phone.
excited I can't
We're
even
a hot
get
mess.
You're that excited.
Are you ready?
Happy New Year,
The number
everybody.
one song.
Number
That
one
was your
song
drum
that you
roll.
could not escape. #1 for 12 weeks in a row. The song of the summer. It wasn't Daft Punk, but it was Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. That's
Yes, it was
right.
everywhere. And then the video
Everywhere. And your
caused
guy
a bunch
Pharrell.
of controversy and uproar. And everyone was all upset about the video.
It was funny. I saw the original version of the video first time, and I didn't realize it was the edited version. I'm going, it's just a bunch of girls running around in bikinis. I'm like, there's nothing. Then I saw the unedited version, and they're totally new.
That got my feminist in me a little bit
I was
fired up.
surprised.
What are you
I was
doing?
like, wow.
I wanted to throw a sheet on them or something.
Throw his sheet.
Aren't you cold? What are you doing?
Right.
Cover up. Come
I'm
on,
cold
what are you
looking
doing?
at you. Wear something.
Right.
So that was, but this one, very impressive. So what are some of the stats on it?
So some of the, just simply, #1, 12 weeks straight. I mean, there you go. That was your song
You
all
go,
summer
RT.
long. From the beginning of summer all the way through to September. I mean, the #1 hit in Billboard and the top 40.
And it's just a
And-
great song.
It
It's
is- it
different
is.
than anything else you hear anytime
Yep.
recently.
It was the #5 most downloaded and streamed song for 2013. So not
there you
bad.
go.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, I mean, on every station, also transcended, whether it be the hip hop, R&B, pop station, dance station.
Oh, yeah.
Song
And Robin
transcended
Thicke has been
everywhere.
working on a musical career for decades.
He's been around for a long
He's been
time.
trying
He
for
was
a long
also
time.
son of Alan Thicke
Right.
from Growing Pains. So there's your 80s
and he's
reference
also
right
married
there.
to actress
Everything goes
Paula
back to
Patton.
Alan
Yes.
Thicke. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon and Alan Thicke.
6 degrees of Alan Thicke.
But he's been trying to work on a career for so long, and he
He
finally
has.
had a hit to break into the mainstream.
Yes,
So go
no,
him.
he's been trying for years now, they said, and he's done a lot of music for other people, just like Bruno Mars has, and he finally has now
His
gotten
own.
his big
and
break.
as you
Nice.
said, Pharrell again in another. I mean,
and here he is again.
Yeah, I mean,
it popped up in
Pharrell
our
is-
'1 song.
he's really behind so many major hits. It's fantastic.
What do you think
He's
Alan
so
Thicke
talented.
thinks of his son's unedited video?
Oh, they
sure he
interviewed
doesn't
him.
like it.
Did they?
They asked him. He's like, I'm just happy that he's doing well. He
That's
did.
all.
Well,
Yeah.
let
They
me
asked him,
tell
that
you
was
something.
great.
I've heard Alan Thicke before on Howard Stern, and he's not the cleanest guy. He's a little bit of a dirty old man.
So he probably was like,
He
you
probably
go,
was
son.
loving it. He's probably
was
asking,
probably his
"Son,
idea
you
for the
mind if
video."
You mind if I take a couple of these with me?
Do you mind if I sit while you do the production of the video and watch?
Well, it's funny when you look back, and I know we do make a lot of references to the 80s because that's when we grew up and that was a big time in our lives.
Right.
My wife and I watched a lot of Hallmark movie channels this Christmas season, and they're
Hallmark.
very feel good and everything.
Yes.
So Kathy, now we're kind of winding down from Christmas and cleaning out of the tree and cleaning everything back up in order and stuff. And we put Hallmark Channel on this morning, and it was the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah?
And it was the
Brady
Brady
Bunch.
Bunch Hawaii episode.
Oh, with the tiki
Where
idol?
they go with the tiki idol and Vincent Price, and he keeps the kids in the cave and everything
great
else,
episode.
which is an awesome
Great.
episode. And you remember watching it as a kid, but it was just funny when you said that. I was like, wow, Kathy's like, oh my God, it's the Brady Bunch Hawaii episode. We have to watch it. I'm like,
I have not seen some of those in so many
very
years.
funny,
Years.
very very funny. But when you look back at a lot of that stuff, but they do, everything comes back around.
Oh, yeah.
And then the people that we grew up with, now their kids and whatnot are performing for our kids.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, Yeah, so I mean, but no, that's our number one song. That was your top 13 of 2013.
That's
so
right.
new number one. Unfortunately, Thrift Shop got upseated. And
Sorry, Thrift Shop.
that's okay.
That
But
was
it
our
still had a
half
good
year.
year. I mean,
But this came out afterwards.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
can't
it did
touch
come
it.
out afterwards. So
As
I mean,
MC Hammer says, you can't touch
can't
it.
touch it.
And this has been a great year. I mean, you know, when
a lot has
Yes.
happened again.
When all of us first started, I mean, I remember looking back when we were doing our St. John show, and then Marissa said, "Hey, let's, you know, this opportunity's come up within Ravio, you know, let's go give this a shot." And I remember we came out here the first show, and really, I felt I kind of fumbled my way, and I think it
You
was
wore
kind
Rose's
of.
boots. I think it was great.
I did wear your
His
boots the
head was
first
cut off.
episode.
You just see the
You
boots
walked
in
a
the
couple
bottom.
steps in her shoes.
I walked in your shoes.
And those are some shoes right there.
But I said, I think it was funny then. That is kind of, you know, took us a while to get acclimated. But, you know, I think we got it together. And
Yeah,
it's-
we got it
I remember
together.
Chuck brought the SOS cake out, which
That's
was
right.
Saturday the Sound. SOS could have been Save Our Show after one episode. It could have been anything. The SOS. But it was.
It's been a really, really fun year.
It has been.
and
It has. It's been a great year, and more to come in 2014 from us. A lot more great bands and great acts coming, and more of us.
Right, and like
Even
we said,
better.
if there are content things that you think we should be talking about, local news, local events, pop culture things that you think should be discussed that you want to discuss on the show, let us know.
Yeah,
like I
hit
said,
us
find
up
us
on
on
our Facebook.
Facebook, Saturday on the Sound. You can get us through there. Send us a message, and especially if you have any kind of music, even if you do cover songs, it doesn't
Yep.
have to be original.
No.
We
Yeah.
like to feature people who.
Or if you have an unusual talent.
Right. As
Come
long
on,
as it's
tell
within
us.
reason.
We would
within
love
reason.
to put you on.
Yes, an unusual talent within reason.
Right.
Yeah,
I
within
don't-
reason.
no knife
I don't want you
throwing.
shooting ping pong balls out of somewhere, so none of that.
Yeah, that's not
can't
allowed.
Keep
show
it clean,
that.
folks. Keep it clean.
We're not Robin Thicke or Alan Thicke or any of the Thicks.
the fix. No, but it's been, you know, we were talking off camera before quickly to sum up the year.
Yes.
I mean, we have the People's Pope this year, which is a big event, which
Yeah.
is
That's
quite a
right.
big change. New mayor now, as of this coming year in New
Yeah.
York City.
Yep.
Bill de Blasio, yes. Just
He's really
sworn
tall.
in. Really tall, extremely
He's
tall.
really tall, and Bloomberg was like the shortest mayor in history, and he's now like the
was
tallest.
man.
Yep.
So that's awesome in itself.
The Boston bombing happened during the
Yes,
Boston
that was in
Marathon. The Zimmerman trial. What else happened?
Obamacare, we were talking about
was
before, yeah.
instituted and
Right.
not instituted. And
Maybe it's
craziness.
instituted. We'll see if the
Yeah.
website's up today.
Let's see if it's still running the website. And who else? Nelson Mandela passed away recently.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just tons of stuff that happened this year.
And next month, which we could talk about at the next show, we have Denise Romas, who's a local musician. She's a wonderful singer-songwriter who'll be playing.
Yes.
And shortly thereafter, if you're a fan of the Beatles, the Beatle Fest comes to the Hyatt in Manhattan this year, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Beatles coming to America. So February 7th through the 9th. So that's a big event happening, 50-year anniversary.
Very cool.
If you're around, go to New York City.
And next time when we come on the air, we'll be on right before the Super Bowl.
That's
So
right.
we
The
get to
day
discuss
before the Super Bowl we'll
Yes.
be on.
Yeah, day
Better
before the
watch
Super
us.
Bowl. So we can do a little Super Bowl. We can talk about some past Super Bowls and what's going to happen with this year's Super Bowl. So it should be interesting. There's a lot of parties.
That's
February
February 1st, for those of you that don't know what the Super
our
Bowl
next,
is.
Yes, February 2nd is the Super Bowl. Our next show will be February 1st.
So catch us right here at inravio.com, Saturday on the Sound. We hope to see you. And like I said, feedback you want to get to us in between, want to play on the show, let us know. Get in touch with us.
Yes.
Thanks
you,
for
everybody.
watching.
Yes,
Happy New Year.
everybody.
Happy New Year. Have a good weekend.
We'll see you in February 2014. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy.
See you next month.